fine.
Welcome to historic Cardines Field, live from Newport, Rhode Island, on a beautiful night. An elimination game coming your way. This pregame interview is brought to you by Sitting Bull Tattoo, located at 136 Thames Street, Newport, Rhode Island. Contact Dave to get your newest and hottest tattoo. In the booth for an interview, we have center fielder / pitcher JJ Lucido. How you doing, JJ?
I'm doing good, TJ. How you living, brother?
No complaints at the moment. If I had any, not sure anybody would listen. Half the people I complain to would probably be happy that I have complaints. But anyways, we got an elimination game tonight at a ballpark that was built in 1908. What should we expect out of both teams tonight, not just your team, Mudville?
These two teams are very familiar with each other, and we've faced off in the playoffs a number of times. I can see right now Owen Caldwell's warming up. He's their workhorse. He's a tough customer. We've got Moose on the mound, so I think you're in store for some good pitching, maybe some timely hitting, and hopefully some clean defense tonight.
I think that's going to be the key to tonight's game. Who can commit the least amount of errors, limit the base running. I noticed you guys are batting 9 tonight in hopes to get the meat of that order up as many times as possible. If I had to predict tonight, you're going to hit another bomb just like you did last night. And I also think that Manzo is going to have a huge game just from the look in his eyes I saw when I walked into the ballpark about a half hour ago.
Yeah, look, anything can happen on any given day. I'm just glad and blessed to be here. You know, it's not every day you take a deposition in Burlington and come down to Newport to play in a historic ballpark with two great announcers I'm sitting next to, that absolutely electric commentary. And it's a good matchup, and I also want to make sure I give a shout-out to our commissioner, Chris LaRose. None of this would be possible without him. I know I can get on his nerves sometimes, but, hopefully I keep building trust and like. Yeah,
Chris LaRose's passion for this league oozes out of his skin.
Are we still live?
We are
We
live.
got a little scared. New mics today. We're still working through some trouble. I got scared when I saw red on the bottom. My bad.
Live from historic Cardines Field, an elimination night at a ballpark that within the last couple of years received a $500,000 federal grant to make the park accessible for all fans. These wooden bleachers are going to be filled to capacity tonight before the first inning's over.
JJ, I got one question. Playing here before, tell me how your approach changes at the plate. Playing at a field like this where very short walls but high fences, after playing at Sprague for a couple of nights, like a very different feel. Does your approach change at the plate, or do you just stay the same and just, worry about the results once it goes off your bat?
I think it factors in, but it's also a matter of who's on the mound, what's the wind direction, what's the air like. We've had nights in here where the fog rolls in and the air is thick. So, as a hitter, you try to stick to your plan, but it definitely factors in. What's the situation? Do you have guys in scoring position, less than 2 outs? But generally, you try to stick to your plan, what's been working for you. In baseball, you got to make adjustments. So if you're not doing well, like the other night, I made an adjustment and it worked. Luckily, I was struggling. So try to stay consistent, but, I hate to be the lawyer, but it depends. So.
Fair. No, appreciate the insights. That's good.
I've got one for you, JJ. So I noticed earlier in the year, I brought him up on the camera right now, Big Bob Whalen was batting in the 9-10 hole early in the year. Yep. One of the hottest bats in the league, worked his way up to the lineup, was batting leadoff in their last regular season game. Now tonight, he's batting cleanup. What are we expecting out of Big Bob Whalen tonight?
I think any given day, no matter what Bob's got going on, if he's tired, if he's sick, if he's healthy, whatever he's got going on, you can expect him to give full effort and always lay it out there for his team. He's a tough customer at the plate when you face him, and you really don't want to make a mistake out over the plate because he's got those big long arms and legs, and if he connects, it's going to be in the gap or a solid line drive. So you just got to be tactful about how you pitch him. I don't want to give strategy away, but Bob's a great ball player and even better person.
Well, thank you for that analysis, JJ. What does a high-profile hitter and pitcher like you, who made his way up from Maryland, settled in Jamestown, Rhode Island, what does a player of your caliber have for lunch on a day of a big ball game like this?
Well, high-profile, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but I'm a decent ball player. I'd say I had to skip lunch, started the deposition at 11:30. I got home, and I had a patty melt from Standards in Jamestown. Great place to go grab a place to eat. If you're ever in Newport County, if you ever find yourself in Jamestown, all natural, farm to table, no seed oils, absolutely electric. I put that in the oven, little air fry action, and here we are. I just hope, hot day. I hope I keep it down, but definitely gives me the energy. So sorry for the long-winded answer, but that's the one I have.
Well, more words from you is encouraged. Listen, the gentlemen are off to the right of the first base bag. Why don't you go down and join your team? We don't want to hold you too long.
Before I get yelled at. You guys are amazing. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, JJ. Great luck tonight. That was JJ Lucido from the Mudville 9. He'll be in center field tonight. He'll be the DH tonight, and if I had to guess, you will see him on the mound at some point tonight. Got an inning of work in last night just to shake off the rust. JJ, thank you so much for joining us. Well, Andrew, that was a nice treat.
That was good. We get a little insight going into the game out of a guy who his only job as of right now is to hit tonight. So good to know how he takes his approach here and how he looks at a matchup against. Now, while it's a team that's at the bottom of the standings, they have a lot to play for tonight as well.
They sure do. This is an elimination game. One of these two highly competitive, heavily talented teams will be calling it a season tonight. The other will advance to face R&R Construction in the first round of the playoffs after this. These are two squads loaded with talent, and this is anybody's ball game, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a team. Offshore seems to be a lot of young guys that are still kind of, they finished up their main summer ball season, or they're working their way through, getting ready to go back to school soon, where the R&R, the Mudville team is a little bit more of a mix, it feels like. So different approaches, different ways the guys go about the game, but yeah, we're ready to go, and we've talked about the pitches a little bit already tonight. A couple of very good arms that will try to counteract the dimensions that we've talked about of Cardines and keep it from being a high flying game.
Well, let me give you the starting lineup for tonight's game for Offshore. I'll bring you the starting lineups in just a moment.
You want me to take TJ? I have this. Well, as we get ready for the top of the first here, let's look at the lineup for Offshore. We're going to be leading off with the shortstop, Daniel Rice. Hitting second is the third baseman, Tim McGuire. Batting third is the center fielder, Mike Uriarte. In the fourth spot, the first baseman, Bob Whalen. Dylan Martins bats fifth, playing second base. DHing is Tyler Dineza. Hitting seventh, Liam Courier. In left field, Avery Amayo behind the plate, batting eighth. Ben Diaz, the EH, batting ninth, and Liam Goldstein, the right fielder, rounds out the order in the 10th spot. Facing Moose Marchesol. I'm going to need some help on the pronunciation here.
I can tell this is your first time saying it. I have it as Marcasalt.
Marcasalt, thank you.
Moose, if you're listening to this,
apologies.
Let us know, critique us. We are very friendly, very approachable as we get started here in the top of the first. Bob Whalen, take us off.
Andrew
Whalen, take us off.
As that pitch is going to miss down and away to Daniel Rice. I got confused there for a sec. I was like, we were making the joke pregame that I was like, man, I didn't know I had a cousin or a brother that was playing for Offshore tonight. And then I also thought that Nolan Hayward might have slotted me in the lineup. So, yeah, a lot of confusion to start the game as that pitch taken down.
We're off to a great start, aren't we, Andrew?
Yes, absolutely. Man, let me tell you, from changing positions here, we've been at Sprague, or I have the last two games, to now we're right behind the plate here at Cardines. The pop of the glove tonight is just so much more as that pitch is tipped off of Courier behind the plate. Yeah, a lot louder back here than it was when we were at Sprague. So, yeah, well, TJ's having. Hey, listen. It is what it is. This is my punishment for missing a night. Is you forgot who I was. That is what it is. Well, I was not here.
I'm TJ Brogle. I'll be the host tonight, alongside my co-host Andrew Whalen. We are very lucky to have Andrew, a massive addition to the announcers booth and the Sunset League in general.
Thank you. As that's grounded up to second base. Deep in the hole, on to first. Not in time, as Daniel Rice is going to beat out that for an infield single.
Offshore's buzzing already with that infield single. They smell blood in the water early. They're going to try and get out ahead of Mudville and put the pressure on them.
I don't have the as Tim McGuire takes the first pitch from Marcus Salt outside for ball 1. As a pickoff there, Rice, he gets back safely. Let's take a look around the field here for Mudville's starting 9. Left to right in the outfield, Harry Zambrano in left field, Mike Castillo in center, Jackson Gervais in right field. Left to right in the infield, Matt Borges, Kyle Manzo, Davis, and Smiley on the left side. Is that one skied to left field? And there is Harry Zambrano gliding over and settling under that one for the first out of the inning. Behind the plate, Tyler Carrier, and again on the mound, Moose Marcusalt.
That would be Tyler Currier, a.k.a. the Bounty Hunter, a.k.a. the Bayou Panda, representing the great town of Bourne, Massachusetts.
Does every player have at least one nickname with you, TJ? Is that just an absolute minimum requirement? I'm just more than curious. I hope that didn't sound bad. I'm just more than curious because it seems like that's the case.
Some of these nicknames I've come up with off the top of my head, and they've just stuck. Other nicknames have been their nicknames since they were young children.
Gotcha. Good to know. Okay. Very nice. As that first pitch to Mike Uriarte is fouled off at the plate. Good to know. There was definitely a trend that I have sensed over the last few games. So I thought everyone was so friendly with you that, you just know everyone's nickname or you gave them one.
I'm a sucker for nicknames, I'll tell you that.
Someone's got to be the nickname giver, okay? Everyone likes to get one. Well, for the most part. I've heard a few bad nicknames in my day. But for the most part, I think everyone likes to get one. So someone's got to be the guy that doles them out. And you do seem like the perfect guy to do that.
Not great with names, good with nicknames.
Fair. As a check over on Rice, a little bit closer that time, but he's back in standing.
I couldn't help but notice that Shea Catone is not in the starting lineup tonight. He is an unbelievably talented baseball player. His nickname is Shea the Cheat Code Catone, and he's going to be coming off the bench tonight. We'll look into that later.
And Moose pumps in a strike there. Count now 1-2 to Uriarte, who's at 333 on the year. 1 home run, 15 RBIs. Also, if you were curious, Daniel Rice over on first base, 5 stolen bases on the year. And not caught stealing yet as he takes a little shuffle. Goes back, and that's a breaking ball that's going to miss. In the dirt, count evens up at 2-2.
Moose was player of the game on Sunday.
I believe I gave Moose player of the game on Sunday, if I remember correctly. Yes, absolutely.
You sure did.
Well deserved.
I dropped that one on you at the last second, made you scramble for your book and read the stats on the fly. A little bit of entry-level hazing. Poor humor by me, but it came out well.
Appreciate that. Yes, and I absolutely, I think I made the right choice as well, as the 2-2 is going to miss in the other batter's box. Count now, or 2-2, excuse me, now. Moose went 4 innings, only gave up 1 hit, no runs, 5 strikeouts, and no walk. So, yeah, almost as perfect as you can get minus a hit. And I believe that was an infield single. It was another check on Rice there, diving back in safely. So, yeah, he pitched great. He kept him in the game. It ended up being a 4-4 tie. That was that delayed weather field situation game, however we want to call that. Wasn't a lot of fireworks that night. He's set. The 2-2 runner goes. Pitch is taken. Strike 3. The throw down. The second baseman's not going to get there in time. So Davis not able to get to the bag as he had to hold for the pitch. So that's strike 3. But Rice does steal second. So now runner at second. 2 outs.
That was a great jump by him on first base. You already knew he was going to go. So did Moose. He checked on him 3 or 4 times. Got his jersey dirty on the last pickoff, and he was off to the races right on the pitch.
I was a little surprised that, I don't know if it was a miscommunication between Manzo and Davis, but they were both, no one was there when Rice was on the bag. As he's going to try again here, that pitch is going to be a breaking ball up and in. He's going to get that one easy. He got a walking lead on that one and was into third with no contest.
Well, like you said, he had 7 steals in the regular season, already has 2 in an elimination game in the playoffs.
Well, that puts Bob Whalen in a great position here to drive in a run and kick off the game for Offshore, the one that JJ highlighted in the pregame show as that pitch is going to miss up and maybe a little bit away, count 2-0. Well, he's hitting 340 on the year, 1 home run, 11 RBIs, OBP at 400, OPS almost at 900. As that one catches the outside corner, count now 2-1.
That's a great pitch by Moose right when he needed it to, not giving in on the 2-0, dots the outside corner. Tyler Courier made it look better than it was.
This is one of those games, the pop just sounds really good tonight. Moose has got some good velo. Courier's glove is sounding extra crispy tonight as that pitch is going to miss down. So count 3-1. On deck is Dylan Martins.
That's a big run. They're trying to get in at third base, give Owen Caldwell just a little bit of breathing room as he sets out for the bottom of the first, but we're not there yet.
As the 3-1 by him, strike 2, count now full. Challenge fastball there, and a tick behind was the other Whalen.
Don't get me going,
I
Andrew.
don't mean to be rude. It's just I'm one Whalen, he's Whalen 1B, and I'm Whalen 1A. Is that less rude? That might sound a little bit better.
The first name initials line up as well.
Oh my gosh, it does. I didn't even think of that. As B Whalen is gonna take that one for ball 4, fastball that just missed outside. So first and third, 2 outs. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Dylan Martins. And a early but pivotal RBI opportunity here for Offshore, who is in a spot here to kick off the game against the 3 seed. The 3 seed in the league. Marcus Alt set. The first pitch is going to miss upstairs.
You won't see Bob taking second base at any point during this at bat, if I had to guess.
Respect the speed that the Whalens bring, okay? You never know. You never know if they try to get a little creative here, maybe a first and third play where he gets caught in the middle just trying to let Rice score. As that pitch is going to miss outside, count 2-0. Probably not worth it now with Moose being a little bit around the zone this first inning here. The command doesn't look as good as it was the other night. He's already walked one more batter than he had in 4 innings against R&R on Sunday.
Well, that's great analysis, Andrew. That's the type of analysis you're only going to get in the George Donnelly Sunset League by players in the booth who have done it before.
As that pitch misses up, count 3-0. And we'll see what Coach Nolan Hayward does here, but guessing off that point I just made, we're going to see a red light here, and we're going to see if they can pass it off to Dineza.
Another one of these unbelievable hitters that we have in this league.
Moose set the 3-0. And swinging and a pop-up third base side out of plays. It's about 4 rows deep in the stands.
That's going to be a great souvenir for one lucky fan.
Well, first time, but won't be the last. I was absolutely wrong on that. He gave him the green light 3-0, and he missed if he liked the pitch. It looked maybe a little bit inside, but not a unhittable pitch by any means, and just popped a foul.
That was a great 3-0 pitch by Moose. It was probably a strike, riding up and in on him in that upper left-hand part of the strike zone.
As the 3-1 just misses away. Well, his second walk of the inning, it's bases loaded now, and Tyler Dineza, the designated hitter, is going to step up.
Earlier this season, at Sprague Field in Narragansett, Rhode Island, we saw Dineza hit one off the scoreboard.
So you're saying he's got some pop?
Sadly. Well, sadly for Mudville. Good for him. He's in a good spot. Right guy, right spot, as they say.
As that first pitch taken for a strike.
That's Manny Ferreira, the home plate umpire tonight and all night.
Well, Dineza, his only home run of the year was against Mudville then. He's got one on the year, 10 RBIs, just a tick under 300 average, but over 400 on base. As that one squibbed down the third base line, going to be a tough play for Moose. He fields and he bobbles and drops it. Well, it was going to be a tough play regardless, but obviously once he tried to pick it up and dropped it, there was no play. So that'll probably go as an infield single and an RBI there for Dineza, and it's 1-0 Offshore, still threatening. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Just when we talk about the power Dineza has, he has a swinging bunt that nobody can get to and a run scores.
I believe the bench warmers once said Richie hit a 4-footer. And that was pretty on par, just the way out in front of a pitch, just end of the bat, cupped it down the third base line. Borges didn't have a play where he was positioned. Moose was the only one that even had a chance at it. And then, again, once he bobbled it, no chance. As a breaking ball catches the outside corner to Liam Courier, the left fielder. Or RBI number 11 on the year for Dineza. And Offshore off to a good start and still threatening. As the 0-1. That one's going to miss upstairs. Count evens at 1. Well, it was a hot day today, but it ended up being a beautiful night here in Newport. Around 80 degrees, light breeze as that pitch catches the outside corner with a fastball. Count 1-2. No complaints. I was a little warm when we were setting up pregame, but now that we've settled in here, I'm more than comfortable tonight.
You were pretty rattled that you didn't have your fan on you that you thought you packed in your bag.
I might have left it in the truck. I might have left it at home. Breaking ball, strike 3. Marcusol does a good job there to limit the damage. Offshore leaves the bases loaded, but does score. 1-0. Mudville coming up, bottom 1.
Welcome back to historic Cardine Fields in beautiful Newport, Rhode Island on a very pleasant night. Leading off from Mudville is the second baseman, Austin Davis. Wears that red helmet, red ankle guard, hits balls for miles. Leads the team in home runs with 3, tied with Mikey Castillo, who we'll also see in this game. That one's in there for a called strike, says home plate umpire Manny Ferreira.
You know, I've only seen 2 pitches from Caldwell, but he is not going to be a fun matchup for lefties tonight. I can promise you that. I mean, probably not a fun matchup for anyone, but especially for lefties.
Owen Caldwell is Offshore's workhorse. Has a rubber arm. Usually hits 3rd, 4th, or 5th. When he hits for himself, as this one's grounded to the shortstop, takes a high hop, but shortstop keeps himself composed, throws over to first. It's going to be picked out of the dirt, and it's not. Bob Whalen was able to keep it in front of him, but another infield hit. That one might go down as an error for Austin Davis. He was flying down the base to make that play close, and now he's rewarded by finding his way onto first base to get this going.
Yeah, I mean, however you can get on, obviously, with a pitcher like this, objectively, I think that's an error on Rice there. He short-hopped Whalen. You know, I'm sure that Whalen, that's a bunt.
Caldwell feels it, throws the first, hits a strike to Whalen for the first out. Goes down as a sacrifice bunt for Manzo, who does a job. The shortstop showing a sacrifice bunt early. Caldwell bounces off the mound with great speed, throws a strike over to Bob Whalen at first for the first out of the inning, advances Austin Davis to second base.
Yeah, that was an impressive play there from Caldwell. He hopped off the mound. That was a pretty good bunt by Manzo. I mean, maybe a little too hard, as you know, it gave Caldwell a chance, but he put it in a good spot. It was in that triangle, but a sliding stop by Caldwell, and then pops up and makes a strong throw to first base.
Breaking ball misses high for ball 1 to Harry Zambrano. Harry's got 3 home runs on the year, batting .368 with a .544 on-base percentage during the regular season, an OPS of over 1,000, 1.176 to go along with his 6 stolen bases as well. The pitch. Swung on and missed.
Challenge fastball there, Louisiana Bayou.
He's going to have to shorten up, put it in play now. The pitch. Popped up. Left field. 3 players running full speed for it. Left fielder's got a beat on it. He'll settle his feet, and he makes the catch in shallow left field for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, you know, when it went off the bat originally, you didn't know if it was going to carry enough out there where Courier had a chance, or if it was going to have to be, you know, a combo of McGuire, Rice, Courier kind of converging. But I guess enough of a barrel there from Harry that it drifted far enough where Courier was able to settle into that one pretty easily.
So here's Mikey Castillo. Started the game at second base the other day, shifted over to third base, now finds himself starting in center field tonight as he looks at strike 1 on a breaking ball.
Yeah, very versatile, and it's kind of nice to have a guy who can play some of those major key positions on the field. Not just, you know, stick him in the corner maybe and hide him, but no, like shortstop and center field especially.
He can do it all, including hit home runs. He has 3 on the season as he faces a 1-1 count. The pitch. Ball 2. Bring the count to 2-1.
Breaking ball's missing a little up now from Caldwell. That's 2 in a row that he just hasn't had. He didn't get out in front of well enough.
Ground ball, right side. This is going to be a tough play for the second baseman. He fields it cleanly, throws it to first for the 3rd out of the inning. So Mudville has a runner in scoring position with 1 out, but they do not score. We'll be right back for the second.
Well, welcome back. Top second, Cardines Field here, offshore in Mudville in a winner-take-all situation. The winner faces the number 1 seed, R&R, to start the playoffs. Is Marcus Salt's first pitch, breaking ball swung on and missed by the catcher, Avery Amayo. Well, we had an update come in in the half inning. It's 0-0 between Town Dock and Westcott. Bottom 3 as another pitch swung on and missed. Count now 0-2. So that winner of that game will face Scorpion Baseball Club. And then the winners of those 2 series will face off in the championship. So a long way to go, but just a preview as good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Moose Marcasalt, first out of the inning very quickly.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're Mudville manager Matty Borges, your pitcher coming out, shutting them down after letting up 1 in the first, and then you threaten on offense and don't push 1 across. The idea is to get your 3 outs quick, get back in the dugout, get back swinging.
Absolutely. Got to use some momentum. As that'll bring up the extra hitter tonight, Ben Diaz, as he takes a ball low. Well, Diaz has the most at-bats and plate appearances on the team. He's hitting .241 on the year. No extra base hits, 4 RBIs. As that pitch catches the outside corner.
You might also see Diaz on the mound at some point tonight.
A lot of dual threats, a lot of Shohei Ohtanis running around this league. As that pitch is hit into left field, but shallow. Zambrano camps under it, second out. Sounded like that might have been the end of the road for Ben Diaz's bat there, if I had to guess.
Contact Mudville manager Matty Borges to get your custom dovetail, the hardest wood in the game.
With 2 outs and no one on, the 10-hitter Liam Goldstein steps up, playing right field tonight. On the year, a .286 hitter. No extra base hits as well, but a .545 on-base percentage. With a .286 average. My goodness, this guy knows how to get on base.
Like I've said 100 times, this league is loaded with talent from top to bottom on every roster.
That pitch misses outside. Yeah, a little bit more of a limited, 14 plate appearances, 22 plate appearances, 14 at-bats, so that's 8 walks mixed in, 7 walks and a hit by pitch mixed in there. So yeah, guy gets on base, and he's up in the count 3-0 already.
3-0 to the 10-hitter. I fully expect a fastball right down the middle here from Moose.
I would expect 2 challenge fastballs at the very minimum here. And then if you get that far, we'll see what happens. Marcasalt ready is 3-0. And that pitch fastball catches the outside corner. Count 3-1. Daniel Rice awaiting on deck. He was the one that reached and scored back in the top of the first inning. 3-1, chopped down the third base line. Borges is going to touch that one foul in the third base coaching box. Count now full at 3-2.
I noticed before the game you had time to talk to Offshore manager. Any insight he might have given you into the ballgame or his season overall? Honestly,
we did catch up a little bit. Nolan Hayward and I go back. We played summer ball together for a few years. Shout out to L&M, Idris Liasu. He was saying they've had some ups and downs this year as that pitch is lined to right field for a base hit. Well, the 10-hitter Liam Goldstein with a solid line drive to right field, and then he'll flip it to the top of the order. Daniel Rice comes up with 2 outs. But yes, correct. So was talking to Nolan before the game. He said they've had some ups and downs this year. They ripped off a 5 or 6 win streak, but they also had a 9 or 10 loss streak. There's been a couple of games where they were up big and then they ended up giving up the lead late. Didn't give me too much insight as to what was going on there. Some of it is just a depth thing. You just don't have enough to kind of make your way through the game, and just try to as the runner goes. That's going to be not in time. A stolen base there for Liam Goldstein. That was about all I got. Besides that, we just caught up. We hadn't seen each other in a few years, so it was good to see him. Well, Rice now is a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. Top second, 1-0 offshore here. Cardines Field, Newport, Rhode Island. Andrew Whalen and TJ Brogle here in the elimination winner-take-all matchup. As that pitch is going to miss up and away.
And we want to thank everybody for checking in on the stream live on YouTube, broadcast it around the world for free. We're going up against some of the hottest content creators on the planet, and we are honored to be in your living room, at your work, wherever you're listening to. We want to say thank you.
As the 2-0 is a breaking ball that catches the inside corner. Count now 2-1. A little bit of a surprise there. We see him go 2-0 breaking ball after missing with a couple of fastballs, but good to see a pitcher that has confidence in his his second and third pitch, especially to a good leadoff hitter. as that's an inside corner fastball that ran back front hip. So count even at 2-2. You see the run that ball had, TJ? That had some very good arm side action from Marcus Salt there. Started at the front hip of Rice, ended up clipping that inside corner. As that one is popped into right field, Gervais toward the line. Couple steps back, settles under it for the third out. Offshore threatens, but is not able to bring home the run. 1-0 Offshore, bottom 2 here at Cardines.
Welcome back to historic Cardines Field, live from Newport, Rhode Island, in a winner-take-all elimination game. Now batting for the Mudville 9, Matty Borges, using that yellow dovetail bat, gets himself ready just off to the left of the right-handed batter's box, and we are back for the bottom of the second. Caldwell leg kicks and delivers. Breaking ball in there for strike one. Caldwell is the workhorse for Offshore. He's going to be looking to go deep into this game. Mudville has other plans as that breaking ball misses for ball one.
Well, we see his approach to Matt so far, off two off-speed pitches in a row, and then a fastball just had him way late.
Swung on and missed for strike two, and Borges finds himself in a hole 1-2.
Slowed him down real good with 2 breaking balls, and then all of a sudden just gas.
The pitch misses up and away for ball 2. Matty is tied for second on the team in RBIs, 14 during the regular season. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, ground ball, shortstop. It's going to be a slow roller. Shortstop bobbles it. It's going to get away, and that's an infield error for the shortstop on Offshore. And for the second time in 2 innings, Mudville has the leadoff batter on via error.
Via E6 specifically, too. Yeah, that one, slow chopper there. Matty just kind of stuck his bat out, just put a ball in play. Maybe a little bit of a sit-back job there by Rice. Needs to attack that one a little harder. That might have just been a Cardines hop that also just happened there, and he might not have had too much of a choice. So, yeah, I mean, probably ideally you charge that a little more aggressively and try to get it on a short hop. But if Cardines hop's going to Cardines hop at some point, and just nothing you can do.
That one misses outside to the left-handed batter, Smiley. Big hole on the right side. The pitch inside. It's going to get away from the catcher. He's going to go over and get it, but Borges will get to second base on the pass ball or wild pitch. That sets up a man in scoring position for Andrew Smiley. That's the tying run out there.
Yeah, well, now your approach has to shift at the plate. All of a sudden, it's a runner on second, no outs. I think your approach, if you're Smiley, is it has to be on the ground right side if you're going to put a ball in play here. It has to be a productive out and move Borges over to third base.
Check swing, home plate umpire Manny Ferreira asked the base umpire if he went. He did not. So the count is 3-0 with first base open. The pitch. Fastball right in there for strike one to bring the count to 3-1.
Yeah, first base might have been open, but to Caldwell, he said, I don't care. We are attacking. Trust your stuff.
He's working at a lightning fast pace. Leg kicks, delivers. Swung on and missed for strike two to bring the count full.
I don't know how much justice our mics are doing picking up the pop, but both pitchers have some excellent velo tonight.
Andrew Smiley had 10 hits on the regular season, 2 of them being home runs. Batted .278 with a .395 on-base percentage. The pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 4. So Mudville in business with 2 on and nobody out. Brings up JJ Lucido, who we had the pleasure of doing a pregame interview with live up in the booth at Cardines Field. Gave us some great insight on what to expect tonight from both teams and said he skipped lunch.
He did skip lunch, but he ended up having a solid dinner, so hopefully he's able to. It's holding and settling as he steps up with a big opportunity here, and we'll see how his pregame words kind of translate to the game here. He talked about not having an approach, but not changing it even though you're at a smaller stadium. So we'll see how he approaches this again. Looks like the third baseman, McGuire's into about the lip here. Possible bunt opportunity. Whalen's on the lip as well. We'll see if he tries to do a job at advancing runners.
He does, and he does bid at it. Ball gets away from the catcher briefly. That's going to be strike 1.
Yeah, I think if you're Lucido there, you got to get set a little bit earlier. It almost was kind of caught in between a sack and a bunt for a hit here, and at this point, it's expected. You just got to get the bunt down.
Swung on and fouled off. This gets a piece of the catcher. As on-deck batter Jackson Gervais will do a little bit of a housekeeping project for us, run over and grab the ball. As things get settled here, it'll be an 0-2 count when we resume play. 2 errors for Offshore already. And a score of 1-0 in the home half of the second of an elimination game. Caldwell comes set, 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning. Well, he tried to get a sacrifice bunt down, ends up striking out, swinging. Runners remain at first and second. That brings up Jackson, the Jackshammer Gervais. Batted .238 during the regular season with a remarkable on-base percentage of .396. Swung on and missed. Another one of these highly talented hitters that you'll find in the bottom of these Sunset League lineups. He's also a strict no-fly zone on defense in right field, patrols it better than most people I know. As this one swung on and missed for strike 2.
Yeah, I think if you look up the definition of seasoned vet in the dictionary, I think you just see a picture of Jackson Gervais's beard. Because he's been around a while and he knows what he's doing.
Ground ball, left side, shortstop fields at the second base. It's going to get away. It's going to get away from him. They're not going to get anybody out. I'm not sure if that one's going to go down as an error. That ball was smoked into the hole. He showed off his range, got in front of it, but kind of threw it away a little bit to second base. We're waiting to see the official scoring. If that does go down as an error, it'll be his 3rd in less than 2 innings. Something to watch.
Objectively, I almost thought that was an E4 there on Martins receiving the ball at second. I didn't think it was a bad feed for Mice. I think Martins was just a tick late getting there, and he just wasn't able to put it all together of catching it and tagging the bag.
I could definitely see that. This one's grounded up the middle. This is going to be another tough play. Caldwell goes home with it for the first out. Catcher throws to first base for the double play. It's a double play. Mudville has bases loaded with 1 out, and they ground into an inning-ending double play. This game is 1-0. We'll be right back for the 3rd. Welcome back to historic Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, as we head to the bottom of the third. Offshore 1, Mudville 0. And let me pass it off to my co-host, Andrew Whalen.
Yeah, thanks, TJ. It's been an exciting game so far. Even though the score is 1-0, we've seen a lot of action happening in these first 2 innings. So if that's what we have for the first 2, I'm excited to see what we get through the last 7. As the first pitch to Tim McGuire is taken for a strike.
Fans as far as the eye can see, and they're still filing in for this hot action.
I mean, that is a factual statement. As a breaking ball there, misses up. Okay, misses up. Count 1-1.
Allegedly.
If anything, I thought it might have been out a little bit. We're a little off center here, but we're pretty direct behind home plate, so it's a little easier to see in and out. As that's another one fouled off third base side as it bounces right back to Courier.
Saves us $8 on that ball by not flying into the street near the aquarium.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I mean that's prime territory for broken windshields over there. Is going third base side. That's why the netting is so high, but I don't think that stops it completely.
Look out!
As the 1-2 swung on and missed, the fastball running away, and McGuire is set down for the first out of the third. Another good running two-seam sinker type fastball there for Marcus Salt, just running away from the left-handed batter that time, and not much of a contested swing there for McGuire.
That's a good start for what projects to be one of the tougher innings. Offshore has the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up, and Dineza would be the 4th due up this inning if anyone gets on.
As the breaking ball catches the inside corner, strike 1 to Mike Uriarte, who went down looking back in the first inning.
It would actually be Martin's, the 4th one up. I'm locked in hot per usual.
As that one misses up, count 1-1. Yeah, I was looking down as I was marking the strikeout, and I looked and I was like, do I need to tell him? And then, you got there yourself.
Oh, I'll hear about it after the game, trust me. So if you don't correct me in real time, somebody else will.
As the fastball misses up there. 2-1.
Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Like the stream. Comment where you're watching it from.
Moose ready. His 2-1 is going to be a fastball that catches the outside corner. Count evens up at 2-2 on the center fielder. Uriarte came in today hitting .333, OBP at .439 as the breaking ball just misses. Count full. Leads the team in RBIs with 15, tied with a few other guys with the lead in home runs with a just a singular home run, not a solo home run. I don't know that for sure.
Uriarte handles his business well with that Victus bat.
I want everyone to know if there was no fence there, I was fielding that ball in a hop and throwing a laser to first base.
That's Andrew Smiley over there at first base. Would be glad to catch a ball from you.
Just thinking, if the 2 first basemen today, Andrew Smiley and Bob Whalen, had a child, it is me. As that one's lined down the right field line and out of play. Just think about it. Think about it.
I am.
It is correct.
Couple of great fellas who come down here every summer, handle their business, get their hacks in. Bob Whalen was actually the de facto manager for Offshore on Nolan Hayward's absence.
As that pitch misses high with another breaking ball, that'll be a 1-out walk, and that'll bring up said previous de facto manager, Bob Whalen.
Bob Whalen exploded up this lineup, started out this year batting 9th or 10th, found himself in the leadoff spot after being one of the hottest hitters in the league for a 2.5-week stretch. Now he's the cleanup hitter.
And he's got a great walk-up song playing. The car behind us in the third base at the stoplight is rocking some Nickelback right now.
I just want to be on the record to say I always liked Nickelback. I never understood the hate.
Very pro Nickelback booth here, for sure. As that breaking ball misses, count 1-0.
The great Chad Kroeger, I believe his name is.
Absolutely, yes it is.
With that long, shoulder-length blonde hair.
I thought you were going to say the beard, but that too.
Well, speaking of beards, Bob Whalen is up with a terrific one.
As he lines a weak grounder back to Marcus Salt. He flips on to first, the only play he had, so advancing to second is Uriarte. 2 outs, runner on second for Dylan Martins.
Got to be careful with this guy. Don't give him anything too good to hit. Pitch around him. Make him chase your pitch outside the zone. If you miss middle in, that ball is gone. So Moose needs to lock in here if he wants to give his team any chance in the early innings.
Are you a little surprised that Moose didn't even look at second base on that play there? I mean, Whalen was very jammed. It was a one-hopper to the pitcher, but I thought there still might have been a play at second base there.
Shocked he didn't look that way.
Now, in his defense, it did take him toward first base, so he would have had to, transition momentum almost the other way if he was going to go to second or throw across his body. So smartly, he took it out, and there's nothing wrong with that. I was just a little surprised he didn't even at least give it a glance, as that one's going to miss upstairs. Well, we'll see if it comes back to bite him at all. 2-0 on the 5-hitter Martins. He walked back in the first inning. He ended up getting to second and getting stranded there is when Courier struck out to end the first. As that's a fastball that catches the bottom of the zone. Count 2-1.
Can't give in here.
Well, you do have a base open. If you explore that option, it doesn't look like he's pitching around him by any means. He just poured in a strike on 2-0. So that's about as hitterish of a count as you can get. As that one is fouled back to the screen. All right, I did flinch on that one slightly. I'll give you that. The other one, not at all stone cold. That one, I flinched.
We are very thankful that we are sitting behind a chain link fence that protects us from flying baseballs and other miscellaneous shrapnel, such as broken bat.
Yes, absolutely. As the 2-2, a breaking ball in the box. Courier keeps it in front of him enough that Uriarte doesn't advance. He got a good enough of a piece. It just got out of the circle, the home plate circle, but kept it close enough that Uriarte didn't even give it a thought of advancing. It'll be a full count here. Top of the third inning, Offshore with the 1-0 lead over Mudville in the winner-take-all elimination game. First round of the playoffs here at the George Donnelly Sunset League. What these guys have been working for the last couple of months, all condensed down to one 9-inning game.
Gotta love it, Andrew.
As the 3-2, fastball swung on and missed. Marcus Salt does another good job of stranding a runner on second base. We head to the bottom of the third. Mudville coming up.
We are back here live at Cardines as Van Halen fills the air with its beautiful music. Leading off for Mudville is Austin Davis. We saw Austin last night, did not start the game, came in off the bench. He finds himself at the top of this Mudville order as he swings and misses at strike one.
Yeah. I don't think it was strike one if he didn't swing, but it was a good off-speed pitch there as Davis was trying to be aggressive second time through the order here, and he buried an off-speed pitch.
Misses low and away with a breaking ball to bring the count to 1-1. Owen Caldwell on the year was 2-2 in 44 1/3 innings, had 57 strikeouts, 46 walks. Fouled straight back.
Yeah, I mean, 46 walks, not a great number when you only pitch 44 innings. I mean, not only 44 innings, but, the contrast there of, over a walk an inning is a little extreme there. So, yeah, I think if you're Mudville, the approach as you process forward here is you have to be disciplined and you have to work the count, especially if he's prone to walks.
Manzo waits on deck. Here's the 1-2. Oh, it's going to hit him. That's going to hit him in the back as Austin gives him a little bit of some choice words as things are getting a little testy here. Caldwell's going to walk over and pick up the ball with home plate umpire Manny Ferreira. Austin doesn't seem too pleasant about that. That was a 1-2 fastball that was inside and just kept rolling in, two-seamer. And Austin was not happy with that.
Yeah, it seemed like there was some background there that maybe I'm not fully aware of. I'm not, because, you know, a 1-2 count in the top of the third or bottom of the third of a playoff game isn't exactly the ideal time to, you know, stick one in the guy's ribs.
That one's going to hit Manzo. That's back-to-back hit batters.
Yeah, a little bit of a control issue to start here is, you know, even one of the strikes he got to start off Davis was not a strike. He just helped him out with a swing. So, yeah, a little bit around the zone here. Maybe he should have. We've noted how quick his warm-ups have been in between innings. Maybe he needs another pitch or two moving forward to really make sure he settles in.
Ground ball, left side. It's going to be a slow roller. Shortstop's going to go. He's going to bobble it. He's going to bobble it. It's going to get away from him. All runners will be safe. Everybody safe on the first pitch swing from Zambrano. It's a slow roller to the left side. Might have been the third baseman's ball. Shortstop ranging over. Looked like he was going to flip it to the third baseman for the force out at third.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was the only play that Rice was going to have on that, is just a shovel, because the momentum was taking him fully toward third base. And you're right, where McGuire shut it down pretty early there. He got back to the bag for a potential force play, but Rice not able to get that one cleanly. And the best opportunity for Mudville right here.
Infield in all the way around as Castillo swings and misses for strike one. 2 hit batters and an infield single / error sets up Mudville. Bases loaded, nobody out. The pitch. High. Ball 1.
Yeah, discipline at bat here for Mike Castillo. You gotta zero in on something, you know, in a certain spot until you get to 2 strikes, and then you expand out.
Ground ball, foul. Well, I've noticed 3 of the first 4 batters this inning have swung at the first pitch. The only person that didn't was Manzo, who got hit with the first pitch.
Yeah, he definitely got the better of the 2 as well. Or Davis got stuck pretty good, and Manzo kind of got clipped. So
you can say that again. The pitch popped up. This one's going to be a tough play. Infield is in. Center fielder running in at full speed. He's going to beat it. It's going to drop in front of him. It's going to drop in front of him. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's going to be wild. It's going to go straight to the backstop. 1 run is in. Austin Davis scores the first run for Mudville, and we are tied at 1.
Well, my God, that ball was hit to the moon. Not very deep, but in the air. And, yeah, Uriarte just not able to get in from his position in the triangle of death out there in center field. And that drops down. That's a run. And then, you know, a little bit of an ill-advised throw. Lucky that the backstop here is so short at Cardines that it hit the chain link fence we were talking about earlier on the fly, and, you know, didn't give an opportunity for any other base runners to advance.
He had a force out at any base, chose to come straight home with it. Catcher was in a first baseman stance. It just went wild, sailing over his head. This sets up a bases loaded situation for Matty Borges, who swings and misses for strike 1.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if he had a play at home. I will say that Davis got a little bit of a late read kind of getting toward home there, so he wasn't very far down the line when the throw was made. So maybe a play, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure, but the throw was just nowhere near where it needed to be.
Count evens out at 1-1. The pitch in the dirt. It's going to get away from the catcher. Not too far, though. And that'll bring the count to 2-1. All base runners will stay where they are.
Yeah, as I just kind of mentioned about the backstop here, very, very short backstop here. So you have to get an incredible read if you're on third base to try to score on a wild pitch or a pass ball, or it just has to take a crazy bounce. Because, yeah, and especially the backstop is wood as well, so there's a lot of bounce if it does get off of the backstop as well.
Swung on and missed for strike 2. Manzo at third, Zambrano at second, Castillo at first, Borges at the plate. Nobody out. The pitch. Fouled off towards the firehouse, bay number 1.
It's like one of the ambulances just came back too.
Well, they got a souvenir.
There was an open bay. Someone might have worn one there. I don't think they did, but there was a chance.
Well, save the ball. It's a great game here. The pitch misses up and away. Full count now.
Or they're certainly working him here. Certainly doing a good job of taking tough pitches.
The pitch popped up right side. First baseman's going to turn his back to the catcher. He's going to go full speed. Second baseman going out. It's on the ground. It's going to fall on the ground. All the base runners will advance 90 feet. It's 2-1 Mudville. That's very similar to the play we saw Borges have at Narragansett the other night. Just a little flare into shallow right field behind the first baseman in no man's land. And that ball drops. Base runner comes home to score.
Yeah, and I think that one's going to go down as a hit, which I think is justified there. Or, infield was in. Martins had to go a long way. So did Whalen. Goldstein not able to converge as well. And it's the Bermuda Triangle out there. There's a couple of them across the field, and they found one there, and they exploited it.
Bases still loaded. Andrew Smiley at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Count 1-0 the pitch. Ground ball, right at the second baseman, backhands it. He's gonna go tag second base, throws it across the first, not in time. Zambrano will score as the throw goes into third base. Gets away from the third baseman briefly, but Castillo is safe. So one down. Runners on first and third. 3-1 ball game.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting decision there from Martins. The infield is in, and that ball was hit hard. He fielded it on a backhand, kind of a spin, a nice stop. But infield in, you think that he's going for there to try to get the force, but he had a long run over to second base to get the force, and at that point didn't really have a play at Smiley to turn a double play.
Yeah, a little bit of a confusing one, as this one's in there for a swing and a miss for strike one to Lucido. Smiley does have wheels at first base, but the lefty pitcher makes it that much harder to get any sort of a good jump. The pitch. Swung on and missed for strike two.
They're doing the 1,000 paper cut Chinese torture method here of just kind of dinking and dunking them and just scratching across as best as you can, because nothing in this inning has been exceptionally hard hit.
Smiley goes. Here's the throw down to second base. Castillo's going to try and score on the back end. The throw's going to return to home plate. He's safe. He slides. He's safe. A double steal results in a run for Mudville. It's 4-1 at Cardines live in Newport, Rhode Island.
Well, again, just manufacturing. A good job there. Smiley got a good jump. Caldwell let him go. Didn't throw over, and not a ton of opportunity there for Amayo to throw him out at second base, and then a good read there from Castillo at third. As soon as he saw that throw go straight through, he took off, and the return throw back home, one hop, and just not in time.
That one misses for ball two to Lucido. Last at bat, he tried to sacrifice bunt the runners over on first and second with nobody out, ended up striking out, stranding them at first and second. That was a long time ago, as this one swung on and missed for a strike three for the second out of the inning. A fairly self-inflicted jam here by Offshore. Nothing really hard hit for Mudville. The only ball that was hard hit was a one-hopper to the second baseman. Made an interesting decision to go to second base, through to first, to try to get the second out. Only got one run scored. And Mudville is still threatening with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs for Jackson Gervais, the right fielder.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you look up at the scoreboard and you have more runs than you do hits.
The pitch. Takes a ball high. 2-0.
We have a nice, loud, clear understanding of when the umpire tells where the ball is, if it is a ball and not a strike, so it's kind of nice to know.
Hit. Left field. Left fielder's not going to catch it. It's going to get down. Here comes Smiley rounding third. Throw comes all the way to home plate. Goes over the cutoff man, and Jackson Gervais will advance the second on the throw. 5-1 Mudville. This all started about 15 minutes ago with a leadoff 1-2 pitch to Austin Davis that hit him in the back. Tempers flared, and since then Mudville's been off and running.
Yeah, I mean, walks and hit by pitches kill you as a pitcher. That was one of the things I tried to pride myself in when I was in college, was like, if you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me. I just, walking and, hitting people was just not preferred. And this is why, is it just doesn't feel, it feels so much worse, I think, than if you're just giving up a couple of knocks and the guys are beating you.
Check swing is fouled off by the Bayou Panda. Tyler Courier came up last at bat, bases loaded, 1 out, grounded back to the pitcher who threw to home on to first to complete the double play. Now he's up with a runner in scoring position and 2 down as he swings and misses to bring the count to 1-2.
Let me tell you, that ambulance that we were talking about that just parked back at the fire station did not have much rest before they were back out.
That one's in there for strike 3 looking. And we'll be right back for the top of the 4th.
Well, back here at Cardines, top of the 4th, a big 5-run bottom of the 3rd inning for Mudville puts them up 5-1. And we'll see how Mudville and Moose Marcasalt respond here with the momentum. We'll see how Offshore responds after a tough bottom of the 3rd inning, and if they can, fight back and chip away now at the 4-run Mudville lead. As the first pitch looks like a changeup there from Marcasalt, drops in for strike 1. It'll be Dineza, Courier, and Amayo for Offshore. 6-7-8 to start the inning as a backdoor breaking ball catches the outside corner and quickly 0-2.
As you mentioned before, a very loud striker ball call by home plate umpire Manny Ferreira won't keep us guessing too much tonight.
And that looked like a changeup that ran outside. Not a bad pitch there, though. This counts 1-2. Well, I think those are the first 2, unless I've missed a couple or maybe the speed differential wasn't as noticeable. Those are the first couple changeups I think I saw out of Moose tonight. As that one misses up and away. It's been mainly fastball breaking ball so far. As the 2-2 is going to run down and in, so the count now full on the designated hitter tonight, who is 1-for-1 singled back in the first inning. Stranded at first in that inning as well. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. Fastball. Down goes Dineza for the first out of the top of the 4th.
That's a big first out for Moose. Had it at a full count. The absolute last thing anybody on Mudville wants, including the manager, Matty Borges, is a leadoff walk after you just exploded for 5 runs. Moose bears down, gets his strike 3.
Well, it was the 3-2 count after getting ahead 0-2 very quickly, too. So it was a roller coaster of emotions in a single at-bat as that first pitch is fouled off to Courier fouls it off. Well, Courier was the first strikeout victim of the day for Moose. Excuse me, second strikeout victim of the day for Moose. That one misses upstairs. Count 1-1. He went down looking to end the threat. He left the bases loaded in the top of the first after Offshore had pushed across 1. As a breaking ball in there, strike 2. Well, it's been pretty smooth sailing for Moose after that top of the first where he ran into some trouble as that pitch just misses. He wanted that outside corner, and he just misses it.
Can't get too greedy. That pitch was a couple ball lengths outside the strike zone.
Yeah, very good view here, especially when there's a righty up. As that one's chopped up the middle. Going to be a play for Manzo on a hop, the throw onto Smiley for the second out.
That's a great play by Manzo, shifting to his left, feels it on the second hop, takes 2 strides, and fires a strike over to first baseman Andrew Smiley to retire the second batter of the inning.
You looked at that play as it happened, and Moose had like the brief, split second, like, do I try to get this ball? And then he realized that this is going to be a much easier play for my shortstop. I'm not even going to bother. A very wise decision, I think, on that one, because that's one of those where you tip it off your glove, and all of a sudden it ends up in center field, or it dies and the runner's on.
Moose is 1 for 1 on ground balls tonight, but elected to not get involved on that one.
As the first pitch to Amayo is taken for a strike. Down and away, count now 1-1 on the backstop for Offshore. He was another strikeout victim, went down swinging to lead off the second inning in his first at-bat. Moose is ready. His 1-1 and swung on and missed as Moose took a little bit off on that one. Count 1-2.
Avery Amayo hit .217 during the regular season with an on-base percentage of .245, had 9 hits total, 2 of them were doubles. The pitch.
As a swing and a miss, a good breaking ball there from Marc Assault. And a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 4th. Headed to the bottom of the inning. Mudville looking to add on here at Cardines Field in Newport. Bottom of the 4th here, a 5-1 lead for Mudville in this best of 1 elimination game between Mudville and Offshore Baseball. Andrew Whalen, TJ Brogle, thanks for tuning in if you are. Cardines Field, a nice night here in Newport, Rhode Island, as the first pitch is taken low and away. And we're back to the top of the order. Austin Davis steps in for the 3rd time already tonight. He reached on an error to lead off the game and was hit by a pitch and started the rally back in the top of the 3rd inning. As that one check swing, we're going to look down to first. He did not go, says the first base umpire, so the count now 2-0. As the 3rd pitch misses upstairs as well. Count 3-0. Caldwell still a little bit around the zone to start this inning.
Still throwing very hard.
Yes. Velocity has not changed. As that one maybe took a little bit off that one, but it missed down. And Austin Davis on for the 3rd time tonight.
Reached on an error in the first, was hit by a pitch last inning, now has a leadoff walk.
Well, that brings up the shortstop, Chris Manzo. He was a sacrifice, not victim, but he provided a sacrifice bunt in the 1st inning, and he also was hit by a pitch his last time up. He came around to score as well.
May have been hit on an 0-0 breaking ball.
It was definitely 0-0. I don't remember the pitch specifically, but it was definitely 0-0. As a look over to first, back in standing is Davis. Shout out to the Mudville dugout there. You heard that one pretty early into Caldwell's leg kick that it seemed like he was going over there. As that's a fastball swung on and missed by Manzo. And the 1-1 fouled straight back here. Count now 1-2.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a huge surprise for you right now. The first person to come up to the announcer's booth with the game on their laptop, tablet, or iPhone and is subscribed to the channel, I will hand you a Tom Brady trading card right now. So all you got to do is come up to the booth with your stream on your phone or electronic device, show me that you're subscribed to the channel, and I will hand you a Panini 2021 Tom Brady trading card.
As that's an elevated fastball swung on and missed by Manzo for the first out of the inning.
Well, we had so much success last night giving away the Shohei Ohtani card, we figured we'd go from one GOAT to another and switch up sports. It is a Tom Brady card. Rare.
That's a pretty good deal if you ask me.
Don't all run up at once.
As the runner goes, first pitch breaking ball taken away and no play there for Amayo as he wasn't really able to get a clean handle on that off-speed pitch. So that's an easy stolen base there for Austin Davis. And now a man on second with one out for the three-hitter reigning George Donnelly Sunset League MVP, Harry Zambrano.
Future Hall of Famer, Harry Zambrano.
Elmira College product, Harry Zambrano. As that pitch misses, count 2-0. You weren't ready for a rebuttal there, were you?
Not at all. Got me.
As the 2-0 swung on and missed, a good fastball there from Caldwell right by him. For the amount of velocity we've seen tonight, I'm surprised there haven't been a couple more barrels with some loud exit velocities. As that pitch just misses down, count 3-1. Caldwell tilted his head back a little bit there. He wanted that call.
He's not getting any help from Manny Ferreira back there, looking for a pitcher's pitch to get the count to 2-2. Instead, he finds himself 3-1.
As that one misses up and away, and Zambrano works a walk here. First and second now with one out, and Mike Castillo coming to the plate.
This broadcast has been brought to you in part by Sitting Bull Tattoo, located at 136 Thames Street. Contact Dave to get your next tattoo.
There might have been nights I walked by Sitting Bull Tattoo after an Obies session where I debated popping in for some more and probably wisely elected not to. But good to know that if I do that again, that's a good spot to go, as the first pitch to Castillo misses high.
Find me after the game for a QR code to book your appointment.
Well, Castillo steps in. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He reached on a single and scored back in the third and grounded out to second base to end the first inning as he takes another ball, 2-0.
I noticed you have some tattoos, Andrew.
I do, yes. We got a half arm sleeve and then a quote on the inside of my right bicep.
Well, whether you're adding to your already great collection or going in for your first one, Dave is a tattoo artist for all people. Vivid lines, clean detail, and a look that's unmistakably you. We want to thank Chris LaRose, the commissioner of this league, does a great job. This is his 17th season at the helm.
As that pitch catches the outside corner, count even at 2 on Castillo.
Can't get over how hard Owen Caldwell is firing. He's got to be 70 pitches, 80 pitches, and he is pounding the zone with high velocity still.
Well, and high velocity right by Mike Castillo as he goes down swinging for the second out. Well, 2-1 and 2 outs, and the captain, manager, player, coach, extraordinaire, tech guru, salesman Matt Borges steps to the plate.
2008 Sunset League MVP.
I think those records are definitely on paper. There's no way those were digitalized back then. Blow some cobwebs off that trophy. As that pitch misses up and away, count evens up at 1. We saw a lumber change from Matt from his first at-bat to his second, and it's carried over on this one. We lost the yellowish bat, and now we have the all-black. Still a dovetail, though, because it's the hardest wood in the game. As that one's driven deep to right field, but ranging back is Goldstein, and he makes the play. Had me a little fooled there. I thought he caught a better piece, but Goldstein, an easy play in the gap to end the inning. Heading to the top of the 5th, 5-1 Mudville here at Cardines Field.
Welcome back to Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, as this ball game is Mudville 5, Offshore 1, as we enter the top of the 5th. Moose has settled in nicely, allowed a run in the first inning, 3 straight innings of no runs allowed as he goes out for his 5th inning of work. This check swing is going to be fouled off to bring the count to 0-1. An update from around the league. Town Dock is leading Westcott 4-2 in the top of the 5th over at Old Mountain in another elimination game that is happening simultaneously to this game as that pitch misses for ball 1.
Yeah, it's been a nice settle in here from Marcus Salt the last couple of innings. You know, he's let a base runner on one of those 2 innings, I think maybe a second one, but nothing really of too much concern or threat. He's been able to work around it, and the last inning was electric, a quick 1-2-3.
That's right, strikeout, ground out, strikeout last inning, as this inning starts off with a strikeout looking.
DJ, you know what we call that around where I'm from? That's window shopping, because he's not buying anything. He's just looking.
Window shopping at its best. So 1 out. No wind here at Cardines. Temperature is in the mid-70s on a very pleasant night. If you're wondering if you should come down or not, the answer is yes. We have a great matchup. This game has a long way to go. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 1.
Plus, who doesn't like a Newport summer night on a Friday? That's about as peak as it gets. If you can find a parking spot that's reasonable, then there's no reason not to come down to Newport.
Come on down.
And usually when you get over to this area of Newport, the parking's a little easier because you're not, cram-packed in the middle of everything else. So you might be able to find a reasonably priced spot and then just make your way into downtown after the game, of course.
Manzo dives and makes the catch. On a line drive by the right fielder, Goldstein barrels one up, hits it to the left of the shortstop, Chris Manzo. He lays out into a full extension, sticks his glove out, and makes the catch for a loud second out of the inning.
Yeah, sorry, I was kind of interrupting you there as that play was happening, but a great job there from Manzo. Full extension, just picked it right off of the dirt just before it took a hop, because it would have been a really tough play to get up at that point and make a throw onto first.
And congratulations to our lucky fan. You win the Tom Brady card. Thank you so much for participating. We're very happy that you are subscribed to the channel and watching live on YouTube, as this one's lined into right field for a 2-out single by Rice. Just steps into the batter's box, washes out a fastball to try to get his team going with 2 outs and set it up for McGuire, the third baseman.
Yeah, aggressive hitting there from Daniel Rice, who, talking to head coach Nolan Hayward before the game, he's fresh off of a NECBL stint with the Mystic Schooner, so he's used to seeing some velocity. I can tell you that he's not threatened or and afraid by a little bit of velo here after seeing D1 guys pretty much the whole summer.
This one's fouled off out of play.
So did a good job, jumped on a first pitch that he liked and hit a laser to right field.
Well, 2 outs, trailing by 4. They're going to try and put together a 2-out rally. They've got the right guys up to do it. McGuire with Uriarte on deck. Bob Whalen in the hole. Moose checks on the runner, but nothing doing over there. Gets back easy. And as you mentioned, manager Nolan Hayward of Offshore, he's down at third base coaching right now. Wears that no-flap John Olerud style helmet. So that one misses for a ball.
It'll be Bryant University, then St. Bonaventure University product Nolan Hayward. Very good outfielder who had some lethal pop back in the day. Probably still does. I know he said he's dealing with a back issue currently, which is why he's not playing, and he hasn't really played much of the year.
According to the stats, he has played 1 game.
Yeah, he said he took 1 at bat.
Crushed. Left center. Zambrano going back. He's got a beat on it. Puts the brakes and makes the catch in front of the Dunkin' Donuts sign for the 3rd out of the inning. We'll be right back.
Well, back here, bottom of the 5th inning, Mudville with the 5-1 lead, and they have knocked out Caldwell. So a good job there for Mudville. Work the count, a lot of base runners, a lot of traffic, and they get through the offshore ace after 4 innings. And that'll bring in Sean O'Hara to try to keep the damage from Mudville where it's at, as the first pitch is going to miss up and away there at Andrew Smiley.
All the damage coming in 1 inning, the home half of the 3rd. Mudville exploded on a couple hit by pitches, a walk, an error, and then a single.
As the 1-0 is skied into center field. Going back is Uriadi. Settles under it for the first out of the inning.
And we want to thank Rachel, who's watching live in Fall River. We appreciate you checking in on the stream.
So O'Hara on the year, 17 innings pitched, a 3.31 ERA, 16 Ks and 11 walks. So a very good job of limiting runners, traffic, and runs this year.
And we also want to give a shout out to Noah, the commissioner's son, who's watching live on YouTube. Thank you very much, Noah.
Shout out to Noah. As that pitch is fouled straight back by Lucido. Lucido trying to shake out of it here. 0 for 2 on the day, 2 strikeouts, swinging back-to-back innings in the 2nd and the 3rd.
Yeah, not the night that JJ would have drew up pregame. Finds himself 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but still plenty of time to go.
What do you think was more difficult for JJ? At-bats against Caldwell or passing the bar?
That's a good one. I mean, if you're going to skip lunch, both are extremely hard in my opinion, but I would say passing the bar took many, many years of studying and hard work, and he's faced Caldwell before and actually found some success.
Agreed. I was just curious.
0-1 the count.
As that pitch misses down and away. Count now 1-1. Well, it's Lucido, Gervais, Courier, and then the top of the order is Mudville only batting 9 batters tonight, so faster to turn the order over than normal.
In this league, you can bat 9 or 10. Mudville electing to go with 9.
As that pitch is tipped into the glove of the catcher, and the count now 1-2. It was a pregame decision we learned from Matt Borges to keep it at 9 and let his guys get a couple more at-bats and some more looks throughout the lineup, and it's paid off so far. As the 1-2 by O'Hara is maybe a cutter or a hard slider that misses outside. Count even at 2. It definitely had some more velocity than the breaking balls we've seen, but it also definitely had some lateral movement into the left-handed batter's box. So I'm going to call that a cutter for right now, and if I'm told otherwise after the game, then I will correct myself or during it. As that pitch is fisted down the third base line. Count holds it 2. We'll see if JJ needs a new piece of lumber or if that one just got in on the hands and didn't sound good. It looks like he's okay.
Opponents are batting .250 off new offshore pitcher Sean O'Hara this year. Checks into the game with a 3.31 ERA. He's only allowed 8 earned runs in about 17 innings.
O'Hara's set the 2-2 again to Lucido. Is that cutter, and that one catches the outside corner for a strike. Down goes Lucido for the 2nd out of the inning.
JJ thought he had a good take on that one, but home player umpire says, no, you didn't.
With 2 outs, the right fielder, Jackson Gervais, steps in. 1 for 2 on the day, reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd, and singled back in the big 5-run 3rd inning.
The Jack's hammer.
As he brought in a run. He brought in Smiley with that hit. That was the 5th run of the inning, as that one catches the outside corner.
The George Donnelly Sunset League, one of America's oldest continuously running leagues, established in 1919.
As that pitch is skied into shallow center field, looks like Rice going back is going to settle under that one. For the 3rd out is a little bit of a late tap collision with Uriadi, but the 3rd out nonetheless. Heading to the top of the 6th, 5-1 Mudville here from Cardines Field in Newport.
Welcome back to Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, as the score is Mudville 5, Offshore 1 as we head to the top of the... I will pass it off to my co-host Andrew Whalen to take us on play-by-play.
Well, thank you, TJ. You're being very lenient as that pitch is lined down the third base line by Borges into the corner. On to second goes Uriarty with a stand-up double, and we have some life here to start off the top of the sixth from Offshore.
That's the number 3 hitter, Mike Uriarty, one of Offshore's leaders in multiple offensive categories. Now sets it up for Bob Whalen to chip away at the lead. Boost out for his 6th.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit out in front of that, but caught a barrel and hooked it right by Borges. A nice diving attempt by Matt down the third base line, but snuck by him all the way to the corner. Zambrano able to cut it off and get it in, but not before Uriarty rolled in the second base with a double. As the first pitch to Whalen misses upstairs.
Like some Mudville pitchers are making their way down to the bullpen.
Skied into shallow right field, going back on it and making the play is Davis in shallow right field for the first out. A big first out there for Mudville.
That's going to go down as an unproductive out. He does not advance the runner over to third base, just kind of pops it up to the second baseman for the first out of the inning.
Well, with 1 on and 1 out, Dylan Martin steps in as that pitch misses away. 0 for 1 on the day. He walked back in the first inning and struck out back in the third. Marcus Alt set. His second pitch is going to miss high. Count now 2-0 on the second baseman for Offshore tonight. Marcus Alt said his 2-0, and that one misses out. Count now 3-0. So a base open here on first, top of the sixth. 5-1, Mudville leads Offshore in the winner-take-all first round here in the George Donaway Sunset League playoffs, as the 3-0 has popped up down the left field line. Going to be a long run for Zambrano, as that one drops foul. Actually, it ended up being Manzo that had the best shot at that one, as it didn't miss the line by much, maybe a foot or two, but a foul ball nonetheless, and the count now full.
That ball was much closer to being fair than I thought off the bat. Off the bat, I thought nobody had any chance it was actually going to be over the fence. That ball was fouled by about 12 to 18 inches.
Yeah, scary there. Zambrano playing fairly straight away left field, a lot of room toward the line, and yeah, Manzo was the one that ended up being much closer to that than anticipated. Not able to make the play, but lucky that one went foul. It was a swing and a miss there. Count now 3-2.
Dylan Martin's batted .250 in the regular season with an on-base percentage of .400 and OPS of .900.
It's a pretty good pop from your second baseman, and looking for a clutch hit here to start narrowing that gap and chipping away on the Mudville lead and momentum that's existed since that big bottom of the third inning.
Dinezza waits on deck.
As the breaking ball misses inside, and Martins will go down to first on a walk. First and second now, 1 out.
If I'm Offshore, I'm not thinking about getting all of this back in one swing, because you pretty much can't. You just got to hit line drive base hits, stretch them into doubles, and push your runners forward 90 feet at a time. A classic station-to-station situation until you get it within 2.
Yeah, and we don't know the pitch count for sure yet, but Marcus Alt getting up there in pitches for a Sunset League game, so starting to lose maybe a little bit of steam as that one's grounded slowly to second base. The only play Davis is going to have is a shovel play onto first base for the second out. So the 2 runners advance, but that is the second out now.
I was surprised to see him first pitch swinging on that.
Yeah, I would agree. After a walk there, he must have really liked that pitch, but didn't get a great piece of that, and a very soft ground ball to Davis. And that one, the only play he had for sure was just a flip onto first base. So with 2 outs, the left fielder Liam Courier steps in with an opportunity to close that gap as the first pitch from Marcus Alt taken for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Seemed like the offshore dugout and Courier didn't love that call. As from here, maybe it looked on the bottom of the zone, a touch below.
I think the catcher, Courier, liked it, though.
Absolutely. Yes, one Courier liked it, as that one swung on and missed. Count now 0-2 as Moose rips off a breaking ball. Moose working quickly here. The 0-2. That one just misses the outside corner. Moose took a hard step toward the dugout there, trying to sell it, but not able to. Count 1-2. A deep breath here on the mound. The 1-2. Breaking ball lined into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to drive in 2 runs. Scoring on the play are Uriarte and Martins. Courier on first with a clutch 2-out single to cut Mudville's lead in half.
Offshore has life, and they're back.
Yeah, that breaking ball from Marcus All caught way too much of the plate there. A good job from Courier to sit back, hit a laser over Manzo's head, and score both runs. And all of a sudden, tying runs at the plate, TJ.
And a dangerous one at that. This is Avery Amayo, known to shoot the gap on occasion.
Check over to first, diving back in, and just back in is Courier. A good move there for Marcus All.
Yeah, he had a huge lead over there. Andrew Smiley slaps the tag on the runner, but the base umpire says safe.
You have to love a lefty first baseman. They can catch the ball so deep that it's just, you literally just tag them in the motion of catching as that pitch is swung on and missed. I was always jealous when I played first base in high school that I was a righty, and it was that much tougher for me to get a swipe tag on a lefty. It's literally just receive the ball as deep as you can and put the tag on them as you're catching it. There goes the runner. Pitch is going to miss outside, and Courier not able to get a handle on that. So a stolen base there for Courier, and he's in scoring position now with 2 outs.
A little Courier on Courier crime right there.
There's a mailman somewhere that relates to that way too heavily. UPS guy's terror at that.
Don't get me going, Andrew.
It took me a sec to figure that one out and how I was going to get there, but I knew where I wanted to go with that pun. Just had to land it.
Just when I think I've settled in and relaxed, he gets me going again.
I'd be a stand-up comedian, but I prefer sitting. So the count 1-1 here. Avery Amayo heading to UMass Dartmouth in the fall. Swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Good job there from Mudville Courier to keep that one in front and keep the offshore Courier at second base. So the count now 1-2.
Now that's a big run out there at second base. Already 2 runs this inning, trying to get him in to make it a 1-run ball game. As you mentioned, tying run at the plate. But with 2 strikes, you're shortening up. You're trying to put a ball in play. Hopefully it goes through an infielder's hole or lands in the outfield to get this game within 1.
A pick to second, and that one's a little bit high. If that ball's on the base, they might have a shot at him there. He's getting a decent lead, a decent walking lead, but the spin move there from Marcus All, a little bit high, and Manzo not able to get that one down in time.
Oh, they're paying attention to Liam Courier. Already has 3 steals on the season. Make it 4 with the 1 in this game.
So that pitch misses away. Count evens up at 2. Yeah, he yanked that one a little bit there. That one ended up getting into the left-handed hitter batter's box, and Courier had to spin just to keep that one in front.
There is action in the Mudville bullpen.
Yeah, a little surprised we haven't even seen maybe a mound visit. As that one shot down the third base line, but foul.
Look out!
Yeah, look out Nolan Hayward down there. At least he's got the cap on, but shout out to Nolan. Didn't even flinch at that one. Just let that one go right behind him. Yeah, a little surprised that maybe we haven't even seen just a mound visit to try to, just give him a sec to catch his breath and, work his way through. As that one's driven into left field. Going back is Zambrano, and he settles under that one to end the threat. Offshore pushes 2 across as we head to the bottom of the 6th. 5-3 Mudville coming up.
Welcome back to Cardines Field as Newport, Rhode Island, as the sounds of Eddie Money get the crowd on its feet. This is a 2-run ball game as we head to the home half of the 6th inning. The Bayou Panda Bounty Hunter leads off for Mudville. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, they went down pretty quick in the bottom of the 5th against the new pitcher, Sean O'Hara. So we'll see if the bottom, flipping to the top of the order, has a little more success and can maybe work him a little bit more as in contrast to the last inning.
Well, that one's in there for a called strike one. Sean O'Hara is a highly competitive pitcher. He struck out 16 guys in 17 innings pitched during the regular season. None of that matters now. This is an elimination game live from Cardines. One of these teams' season will end today, as this one's fouled off to bring the count to 0-2.
Yeah, we need to see TC break out of the slump he's going through here. He's had a rough go the last couple of games, and the guy could use a hit right now for a little bit of a confidence booster and to spark the team here, flipping to the top of the lineup after this.
Pitcher comes set, the 0-2. Yanks it, check swing, but nothing doing there. Bring the count to 1-2. I believe TC is the only catcher here for Mudville today, so it would be an emergency situation if something was to happen to him. Very unlikely you'll see a pinch runner for him, because there's nobody to go back there besides him. So all eyes on the Bayou Panda tonight, as that one's in there for a called strike 3 for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, just a nasty painted fastball on the outside corner there by O'Hara. Just one of those pitches that even if you swing, you have to just spoil it. Not much you can do with it.
Well, that brings up Austin Davis, a.k.a. the Hoss. Bats left-handed.
Put that in my notes, Hoss.
Hey, feel free to call him Austin Davis, as he checks in, playing second base tonight. He wore one in the back from Owen Caldwell earlier in the game. He was not too pleased with that. Made his way down to first with some choice words for him. Ended up coming around to score, and then in his last at-bat, walked to lead off an inning. So doing it all. As he takes high for ball 2.
Yeah, he's been a dream leadoff hitter. He's been on base all 3 times. He's stolen a couple of bags, scored a run. You can't really ask for too much more. It worked some counts as well, like just as good as it gets.
Hey, he's not too bad to look at either.
Alrighty then.
That one misses for ball 3 inside.
I think your comment missed for ball 3 inside too.
I beg to differ. That was well received. Austin, another one of these highly talented hitters that Mudville has, tied for the team lead in home runs with 3. The pitch. Taking all the way to bring the count to 3-1. Austin would also like to remind everybody that he drives a pickup truck, a Dodge, with a big old toolbox in the back. Here's the 3-1. Ground ball. Right side, it's going to go foul to bring the count to 3-2.
I believe the appropriate response to that is yee.
Well, a little bit of a truck competition on the Mudville 9 as him and Courier are going back and forth between the Tacoma and the Dodge. The Tacoma is much newer with a cap on the back. The Dodge is a little more old school, blue collar.
Can I throw my Silverado in the mix?
The pitch.
Heads up.
Lined foul towards your Silverado. Look out! It's going to bounce off the building and go into the street.
That ball was laced down the right field line. It caught the house pretty flush there. We're lucky a couple more feet higher, and that's through a window.
Well, we wouldn't want that. The pitch. Popped up. Left side. Tough play. Third baseman going out. Shortstop going out there. He's going to get left field's going to dive and make the play. He dives and takes a hit away from Austin Davis for the first out of the inning. The second out of the inning. Unbelievable range by the left fielder. Courier, as he comes in, calls off both middle infielders and dives to make the catch. 2 down.
Yeah, the ball went up, and everyone thought it was Rice that was going to make that play, and then it finally got to the point where Courier called him off, sprawled out because Rice kind of drifted back. He didn't have it, and Courier full extension dive. A nice job there to save his pitcher and get the out. Incredible play.
That brings up Manzo. Manzo was MIA for 4 to 6 weeks, went on a cruise to Barbados.
Big Rihanna guy, I heard.
Batting .222 on the regular season with an on-base percentage of .364. He'll be patrolling shortstop all day today and beyond for Mudville.
Until he gets an email with a 20% off voucher from Royal Caribbean.
Leg kicks and delivers. Swings and misses at strike one to bring the count to 2-1.
Man, I think it's a cutter or it's a hard slider. Whatever it is from O'Hara is nasty, man.
Another one of these highly competitive pitchers making their way down here to the George Donnelly Sunset League to get as many innings in as they can over the summer, as this one will miss low in the dirt to bring it to 3-1.
I'm going to have to get a check here from one of the batters if they can tell me what this pitch is, because I'm just very curious right now.
And please do not ask for an autograph while you do that. Popped up, left side. This one's going to be a little easier for Courier to catch as he settles underneath it, takes a couple steps in, and makes the catch for the third and final out of the inning. 5-3 the score. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, where the score is Mudville 5, Offshore 3. Andrew Whalen, take us away.
Well, we're down to the nitty-gritty. Last 3 innings, 2-run lead by Mudville. Moose Mark Salt is out of the game. Hit his pitch limit, did a great job. 6 innings, 3 runs, 7 Ks. As that first pitch is checked foul by Ben Diaz. And now it's up to the Mudville bullpen. We'll see if they hold.
The new pitcher from Mudville is Devin Glenn, making his 4th appearance on the season. He's thrown 5 innings, allowed 6 runs, 3 earned for an ERA of 4.2.
As he's ready in a square and a bunt, pop foul to the back of the screen. So 0-2 on Diaz. We saw Diaz, who was 0 for 2 on the day, just try to drop one down and try to manufacture a base runner. Don't hate the idea. Just didn't get the execution down on the bunt for a hit, and now he's down 0-2. Glenn's ready, the 0-2. That one's lined into left field. Zambrano on the run. And I think that ball got down He lost it on the transfer on the way down, and that's a leadoff single there for Ben Diaz.
Oh, great effort by Zambrano in left field. Saw it off the bat, got a great read on it, went into a slide. It looked like he initially had it in his glove, and then maybe his contact with the ground forced it to pop out. I'd say that's a better result for the hitter than a base hit bunt. He's happy he caught a barrel and found his way on.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. The ground caused the fumble there, but unfortunately this is not football, so that is a hit.
This may not be football, but we did give away a Tom Brady card to one lucky viewer just a couple innings ago.
As that pitch misses up and in to the 10-hitter Liam Goldstein, who's had a great night out of the 10-hole so far. He singled back in the second inning and hit a laser to Manzo, who made a diving play and robbed him of a hit back in the fifth.
Tying run at the plate with the top of the order looming on deck. But for now, it's Goldstein.
And he catches a fastball in the outside corner. Count now 1-1. Goldstein patrolling right field tonight. After him will be Daniel Rice and Tim McGuire with the meat of the order after that. Glenn ready, looks at the runner. His pitch is going to miss up and away big time. Count 2-1. Well, a completely different arm slot here. Obviously, going from a righty with Marc Gasol to a lefty here with Glenn. Different style of pitcher as well. So we'll see if Glenn settles in and can be effective. As that pitch is fouled straight back. Count evens at 2. Was a good rip there from Goldstein on a 2-1 fastball. That's one of those, when you foul it straight back to the screen, you know you were just a tick off. Timing was there.
I mean, he's already having a great night at the plate. Like you said, 2 for 2. And just missed that one.
It's about to get loud here if anyone hears the sirens behind us. Newport Fire doing their business. As that one's popped up on the infield, Smiley circling the bag, comes back into fair territory and makes the play for the first out. Everyone's headed out on this one.
Yeah, I saw the chief in command left in his vehicle, ambulance 3 and ladder 1 all exiting the Newport Firehouse headquarters as they probably had to turn their stream off and get ready to go out on a dangerous call. We wish them the best of luck.
Be safe, everyone. As with 1 out, top of the order, Daniel Rice steps in, and he takes a fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Rice 2 for 3 on the day with a couple of singles, a couple stolen bases, came around to score in the first inning. Been a very productive leadoff hitter as well. The 2 leadoff hitters tonight have done a great job at their respective jobs. As the runner goes, breaking ball misses inside. The throw is not going to be anywhere close. As upstanding into second base is Ben Diaz.
They have been perfect on stolen base attempts all game. That one could have been the most important one. We'll see if he comes around.
Yeah, that was a good job there. They picked an off-speed pitch to run on as well, so not much of a chance there for Courier behind the plate.
Engine 5 drives by the stadium to go help out with that aforementioned call.
As that one's chopped foul at the plate. Count now 1-2 on the left-handed hitting shortstop.
We are live from Cardines Field in downtown Newport, Rhode Island, across the street from the aquarium, diagonal from the bus terminal, and directly across the street from the Marriott Hotel.
Yeah, one of the more interesting baseball fields that you'll ever see. Dimensions, setup, just a whole lot going on here. Location. As that one's grounded hard to first base, Smiley is going to have to take this one himself, and he's not going to beat Rice to the bag as Glenn did not get off the mound.
What a bad time to have a PFP lapse in judgment, as right off the bat, Glenn was just watching it. Runner was easily able to outrun Smiley in a foot race to first base to set up runners on the corners, and the go-ahead run now comes to the plate.
It looks like we're going to have a mound visit here to try to settle down Glenn. That's our DH pregame interviewee, JJ Lucido, that's going to go try to calm the young lefty down.
tonight's acting pitching coach, JJ Lucido, as Joe Nicolacci is at a wedding in Middletown. I assume you are watching the stream live from your wedding table while you're enjoying your filet mignon dinner selection with your +1. Thank you very much, Joe. We miss you.
He's in Middletown. You're telling me he couldn't have popped over here for a couple at-bats or to talk to a pitcher?
I think it was a 2 o'clock wedding. He was trying to gauge whether 3 or 4 hours was enough time to spend at the wedding. I asked him if it was a coworker and if he could just jet out around 5 or 6. He said, no, it's a great friend of mine. I have to ride this one out.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, runners on the corner, 1 out, offshore threatening. Tim McGuire steps in. The first pitch from Glenn, he squares the bunt, pulls back as that ball's taken outside. McGuire 0 for 3, a couple of fly balls to left field and a strikeout so far. In a position to do some damage to this game, though. As the 1-0, check swing on a fastball upstairs. A check down to see if he went. He did not. Count 2-0.
That's a good call by the base umpire. You're not in a great position to make that call. Did not look like he went to me. Don't ring him up if he didn't go.
So McGuire on the year, not a huge sample size, only 19 at-bats, but he hit .421 in those at-bats. 5 RBIs, 1 extra base hit, as the count's 3-0.
He's the third baseman tonight, batting out of the 2-hole, right ahead of Uriarte, who dangerously waits on deck.
Glenn Reddy is 3-0. That one catches the plate. We see Rice dancing off first base a little bit, trying to draw any attention he can to himself and off of the batter.
I really like the idea he had on the first pitch of the at-bat, square around a bunt, maybe do a little de facto safety, make Mudville put something together defensively.
As the runner goes, but it's going to be ball 4 anyway, so Rice will advance to second. McGuire will go to first. Bases loaded for the 3-hitter, Mike Uriarte.
This is right guy, right spot, as we say. Nobody they want up in this situation other than Mike Uriarte.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here as JJ Lucido comes out and signals. We'll be right back here with the new pitcher as he tries to work out of the bases-loaded situation, top of the 7th. Top of the 7th, bases loaded, 1 out. Connor Marley finds himself in about as tough of a predicament to come into as there is possible, TJ.
Manager Matty Borges is going to turn to his right-hand man. This is multi-inning weapon out of the bullpen, Connor Marley. Pitches for the great College of Hamilton in New York. This is a tough spot to come into.
As he misses upstairs with his first pitch to the 3-hitter, Mike Uriarte. On the day, 1 for 2, a double back in the 6th, came around to score, also walked in the 3rd, and struck out back in the 1st. As the 1-0, that one misses upstairs as well. Count 2-0.
This is the biggest inning Offshore has had thus far. The pitch.
That's an off-speed pitch, I think, that he got a swing and a miss on 2-0.
Connor's confident in his stuff. He has 28 strikeouts in 24 and a third innings. Look for another nasty pitch here to get the count even to 2-2.
And that one swung on and missed the fastball that time, and he evens the count up at 2. Well, 2-0 off-speed and then a challenge fastball 2-1, and that gets him right back in the count.
Mike Uriarty's no slouch at the plate. This is their dude. If you're Connor Marley, you're thinking infield pop-up, strikeout, ground ball right at someone, sac fly, worst case scenario if you're Marley. And if you're Mike Uriarty, you're looking to get the lead with one swing.
Yeah, he leads the team in RBIs, most extra base hits, tied everyone. There's a couple of guys with 1 homer, got an over 1,000 OPS, and he added to that tonight with a double. A guy that does damage.
Handles his business like the best of them.
The 2-2. Foul, first base side into the net. Stays alive. Looked like Mike Uriarty was a Roger Williams baseball player.
A good one, I assume.
Trying to pull up the stats right now. So that one catches the outside corner, strike 3. A huge pitch from Connor Marley eliminates a big target now. 2 outs.
Well, here's one of the hottest hitters in the league now, Bob Whalen, batting cleanup tonight, playing first base, comes in with an opportunity to tie this game or give his team the lead. They go as he goes.
Marley set, bases loaded. The first pitch, that one's going to miss up. Count 1-0. Well, if you're just joining us here, it's 5-3 Mudville leading Offshore in the top of the 7th inning. Mudville, a big 5-run third inning that got them the lead, but Offshore is chipped away as that pitch misses up. 2 in the top of the 6th and threatening here in the 7th.
Bob Whalen batted .340 in the regular season with an on-base percentage of .400.
As he swings and misses at that pitch, count now 2-2.
Last batter, Connor Marley decided to drop a 2-0 breaking ball on Uriarty. This time he drops a 2-0 fastball and blows it by Bob Whalen.
Two and 1 count. The pitch. That one misses off. Count 3-1.
Let's go, baby. Come on.
Well, he's going to sit dead red here. His pitch or let it go. 3-1. Ball 4 just misses, and that brings in a run.
We have a 1-run ball game here at CARDINES Field in Newport, Rhode Island. This game has absolutely lived up to the hype. An elimination game. One of these two teams will be going home tonight. The other one will be advancing against the Scorpions.
Yeah, no easier does it get for Connor Marley here. Dylan Martin steps in. Still bases loaded. Now the tying run at third base. He's set. The first pitch way up to the backstop. Runner's going to try to score here. Courier with the flip home. Not in time. Runner scores. Ball gets away, but not far enough. A good job from Smiley to get over there and grab the errant flip, and it is a tie game.
Well, you got to go back just a couple batters and think about that ground ball to Andrew Smiley at first base. Nobody covered first, and then it was an infield single, and that out has been costly to Mudville. A defensive lapse at one of the worst times possible, and we have a new ball game.
Well, second and third, 2 outs, tie game, and that one swung on and missed. Count 1-1. Big hack there from Dylan Martins. 0 for 1 on the day. He's walked twice, scored, and struck out. Marley's set. His 2-1. That one's going to miss up. 1-1 misses up. Count 2-1.
The runner that just scored had no hesitation breaking for home on that wild pitch, a risky move with a narrow backstop.
As that one's fouled first base side and out of play into the stands. Well, we talked about that before the game. We said hard backstop here, all wood, not a ton of room. You had to get a great read to score there, and he did. That's exactly what happened. A good job there from Diaz, who manufactured himself all the way to third, and then he scores. Marley set the 2-2, misses up and in as Martins leans out of the way. So the count full. Runners will not be going as there's no one on first anymore. The base hit, and Whalen will be moving on contact.
That's Dineza on deck. He has a home run this year.
As that one misses up and in, and the bases are loaded yet again for the aforementioned designated hitter, Tyler Dineza.
A couple weeks ago, Dineza hit a ball that dented the scoreboard at Sprague Field in Narragansett, Rhode Island. Now has a chance to give his team the lead in possibly the biggest spot that he's had all season against one of the toughest pitchers the George Donnelly Sunset League has to offer, Connor Marley.
As the first pitch, that one's going to miss and go to the backstop as well. Is there going to be a play at the plate? No. The runner scores and Offshore takes the lead. That looked like maybe a changeup or a spiked curveball there that Courier was not able to keep in front, and a good jump again by McGuire as he scored pretty easily there.
Offshore was able to manufacture this rally with hits and defensive lapses, and then back-to-back batters had pass balls that scored the tying and the go-ahead run.
As that one's going to miss up and away as well. 2-0. Well, both runners advance, so Whalen off third now and Martins off second. Scoring on that play was Tim McGuire. It's 7-6 now Offshore, as that was an off-speed pitch that misses way upstairs. 3-0.
All three runs this inning have been charged to left-handed pitcher Devin Glenn. You can officially close the book on him, but not this Offshore rally.
As that pitch misses up and away, I'm going to miss the pitch there, so the count is... Did I hear 3-2 or 2-2? 3-1. Okay. 3-1. Sorry about that. One of those pitches must have caught the zone, and I thought I heard ball.
You and me both, Andrew.
Well, it looks like it doesn't matter because that's a ball, and that's ball 4. And Dineza will advance the first as well, loading the bases yet again.
This nightmare inning for Mudville rolls on.
And time as pitching coach JJ is going to stroll out to the mound again here and try to calm down his right-handed pitcher, who's not been able to answer the bell so far since coming into the game with the bases loaded and 1 out.
This inning has been a disaster for one team and a send from heaven for the other team in an elimination game. This game still has a long way to go, but as of right now, Offshore has the lead 6-5 in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, it's interesting. We see the Mudville bullpen just getting ripped through so far, and those guys were supposed to definitely go more than a third of an inning each. Not that Marley's out of the game by any means, but he's only gotten a third of an inning so far with 1 out. So, yeah, we'll see how Matt Borges and JJ Lucido kind of approach the rest of the game now, depending on situation, obviously, but some of their bullpen is going a little bit quicker than obviously anticipated.
If you're Mudville manager Matty Borges or acting pitching coach JJ Lucido, what else could you have said other than pound the zone right now?
Oh, he does indeed. He takes your advice, and he throws a first pitch fastball strike to the left fielder Liam Courier. Courier 1 for 3 on the day. He singled and drove in 2 runs back in the 6th. As that one's chopped down the third base line, and Borges is going to let that one go foul. Would have been a really tough play there to come up and get that in fair territory and then make a strong throw across.
If I could just mention Courier's diving left play in left field to save a hit That was an unbelievable play that I'm still thinking about.
Yeah, that was the last inning. It was a pop-up to shallow left field that we weren't sure if it was going to be Rice that made the play, and then all of a sudden Rice kind of backed away from it, and it was a full layout there. As that one's lined down the third base line and fair. That's going to get into the corner for extra bases. 2 runs have scored, and holding at third, as I believe that one went out of play. So a ground rule double per se. 2-run score, 9-5 offshore.
And they're not done yet.
That was unfortunate. I'm not sure if Dinezzo was going to score on that one. It depends on how fast Harry would have been able to dig that one out, but it got all the way down into that corner down in left field where the home bullpen usually is, and it finally kicked out of play, and Dinezzo was not past third at that point, so he had to hold there. Might have saved a run.
Offshore's in the middle of a 5 spot here in the top of the 7th. They've scored 7 runs in the last inning and 2/3, and they're not done yet. Still threatening.
Oh, if I said 9-5 earlier, excuse me, it's 8-5. I had miscounted there as the first pitch is swung on and missed to Avery Amayo, the catcher. Amayo still looking for his first hit on the day. A couple of strikeouts and a fly out to left. As that one swung on and missed, looked like maybe a cutter or a slider there from Marley. Count 0-2. Well, Mayo steps out. Done a good job behind the plate tonight, but looking to contribute on the offensive side. Has the 0-2, and that one's going to miss outside. Good waste for a good 0-2 breaking ball there from Marley. A chase pitch for sure, and had Avery maybe flinch for a half a second there. Well, Marley set his 1-2. That one just misses up. Count 2-2. Didn't look like that one missed by too much if I was judging TJ.
I thought that was strike 3 looking, but a good hold by Avery as this one misses way inside.
Yeah, that one brushed him back.
Avery ranks 4th on offshore in RBIs. He had 7 on the regular season, trailing only Dinezzo, Whalen, and Uriarte, who have all contributed this inning.
Well, the 3-2. Chop down the third base line and fouls. We'll do it again. Off third base, the DH, Dinezzo, he reached via the walk. Courier on second base, he just doubled in 2 runs. As the pitch, that one's pop foul, first base side out of play toward the fire station. Oh, a really good job here from Avery Amayo to spoil a lot of pitches, just run up the pitch count, and just overall frustrate Connor Marley. So that one's grounded hard to third base. Borges on the hop is going to go and tag the runner, who was not a force out there. A little surprising that he didn't just pop the brakes on, but a force out there by Borges, but a big 5-run top of the 7th inning. Headed to the bottom. It's 8-5 offshore here from Cardines Field.
Welcome back to Cardines in Newport, Rhode Island, as Harry Zambrano will be the first Mudville batter to greet offshore pitcher Sean O'Hara this inning. Mudville went into last inning up 5-3. They now find themselves in the home half of the seventh, down 8-5, as this one's fouled off out of play by Harry Zambrano.
Yeah, I mean, O'Hara's been an absolute unit since he came in. He's just gone 6 up, 6 down, 2 punchies, and 4 flyouts. So extremely efficient, no runners, and he's just been in absolute total control so far since coming in relief for Caldwell.
Lined into center field. It's going to get down in front of the center fielder for a leadoff single.
Well, I think unequivocally that was the loudest contact we've heard all night tonight. A rocket up the middle. I was actually afraid that it was going to make it to Uriarte on the fly.
That's why I held off. I thought it was a line drive directly at him, bounces about 20 feet in front of him, loaded with topspin, and that's going to be good for a single. That sets up right-handed batter Mikey Castillo for the second batter of the inning with a man on.
Let's see if we get some movement over there from Harry as well. We know he's not afraid to run. A very, very small lead there, but he might just be kind of timing up O'Hara there and getting a sense of when he comes set and how long he maybe likes to hold the ball.
Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike, says home plate umpire Manny Ferreira. Mikey Castillo will settle in with a 1-1 count and a man on first in a 3-run ball game.
Also, O'Hara very quick. He's deliberately patient and a quick kind of slide step to the plate.
Off-speed pitch misses outside to bring the count to 2-1. Tying run waits on deck, but we have a long way to go. Until then, Mikey Castillo going to look to do damage here, while offshore pitcher Sean O'Hara is hunting for a ground ball. Inside for ball 3. And Mikey Castillo's in a classic best swing or no swing situation right now. Nothing defensive here.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a good job over there by Harry Zambrano of just putting his presence in the head of O'Hara. The slide step out of the stretches seemed to have thrown his command off a little bit.
That one misses outside for ball 4. That'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you answer back. After a big inning, 2 guys on, Harry with a rocket immediately really sets the tone. And then, once he gets on base, you get O'Hara out of the stretch. He's going to that slide step-ish. And you throw off his timing, throw off his feel. Now you have first and second no outs. And like you said, tying run at the plate for the most seasoned vet of seasoned vets in this league.
And we saw Matty end the rally last inning on a ground ball. He was able to tag the base runner who was advancing to third base, was not advancing via force, just took it upon himself to move over to third on a ground ball to the left side, which didn't require Matty to throw across the diamond, just kind of took 2 steps in front of him and tagged the runner for the third out of a nightmarish inning as offshore manager Nolan Hayward departs the mound after a brief visit.
Yeah, we talked in between innings. Definitely a little bit puzzling, the decision there to advance to third, especially because the play was right in front of you too, so you know what's happening, and maybe it was just a forget that it wasn't bases loaded and that you weren't a force because you just ran into an out instead of at least making Borges throw the ball across the diamond.
This is a big spot for Matty Borges with 2 on, nobody out. He's going to square to bunt. He's going to take it back as that one misses up for ball 1. A little bit of a chess match here going on. He's the tying run, shows sacrifice bunt. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out.
We've seen a lot of up ball calls today, a lot of up ones that are borderline. So looks like the top of the zone is just not there for the pitchers.
That one's going to get by the catcher, be at his feet. Harry's going to third. Here's the throw. He's safe. Mikey Castillo advances on the back end of that play, and it's second and third with nobody out for Mudville.
Well, that eliminates the Matt Borges bunt most likely, but also just a great read from Harry taking that one. It did not get very far away from Amayo, but it got kind of caught up in his feet. And it was enough time that Harry, with good speed, takes the bag pretty easily and then also allows Castillo to advance. That
one's in there for strike 1 to bring the count to 2-1.
Maybe a little surprised that they're full infield in with a 3-run lead. I thought maybe they would try to get just an out here and trade a run and then maybe with 1 out, but full infield in here trying to cut off the runner at home.
Misses high for another ball, 3-1. Smiley waits on deck, but for now, it's 08 MVP manager Matty Borges. Looking to do damage with that composite dovetail bat that he sports. The pitch. Yanks it into the other batter's box for ball 4, back-to-back walks. Well, so far this inning, we've had a leadoff single, walk, and here comes Nolan Hayward. He's going to go to the bullpen again. And we'll be right back from Cardines in a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam. We are back at Cardines in Newport, Rhode Island, as the new pitcher is Rice. In same situation Connor Marley came into last inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. Go ahead, run at the plate. It's Andrew Smiley.
Yeah, and there's some changes defensively to go along with that as well that I'll let you know after this pitch.
That's my co-host. Thank you so much. Sunset outside for ball 1.
So what I was able to catch, obviously Rice now pitching. That puts Diaz at shortstop, Goldstein at second base. Caton is in left field now. And the only thing I didn't catch is who took over. I didn't catch who took over in right field.
Misses up and away for ball 2 to Andrew Smiley, the first baseman tonight. Best swinger, no string for Andrew Smiley here. The pitch. Takes a fastball on the outside corner as the catcher kind of holds it there in frustration, but the count is now 3-0. I would anticipate Andrew Smiley taking all the way here.
Yeah.
Greeting the new pitcher, forcing him to throw his first strike of the game. Leg kicks, delivers. High. Ball 4. He's going to walk in a run. That's going to bring the score to 8-6 as Zambrano will come all the way around after a leadoff single to make it 8-6 offshore.
Yeah, big at bat there. I mean, that was smart. You know, didn't throw a strike really super close. So, yeah, I think at this point you're probably in take until you see a strike mode, whoever you are.
That brings up J.J. Lucido Esquire, the DH tonight. Wears number 98. No, he was not born in 98.
You'd probably like to think so sometimes.
94 if I had to guess. Not the speed of the pitch, but the year he was born as. That's 5 straight balls from the new pitcher, Rice.
Yeah, Rice wasn't super used so far on the mound this year. I'll get his stats for you in a second after this pitch.
Ball 2.
It's 4 innings on the year, 4 runs. That equates to about a 9 ERA or a 7 ERA, however you shake that out.
Castillo on third, Borges on second, Smiley on first. The 2-0 from Rice. In there for strike 1 to bring the count to 2-1.
Well, there. Took him 7, but he finally got that one. See if that locks him back in now, or...
As I mentioned before, J.J. Lucido made his way up from Maryland to Rhode Island, now in the biggest spot of the season for his team as he swings and misses to bring the count to 2-2. He's 0 for 3 on the night with 3 strikeouts, but he's not worried about that right now. He's focused on one thing and one thing only, making contact and using his legs. Nobody out here in the bottom of the inning. Outside for ball 3 to bring the count full. That might have been Rice's best pitch so far that wasn't a strike. High velocity fastball, misses the outside corner by a hair. And that was a little too close to take for comfort.
Yeah, doing some research here, looks like that Rice plays at Sacred Heart Division I out there in Western Connecticut from West Greenwich. So a local kid, which makes sense why now that the NECBL season is done, why he's back here getting a little more work in before he goes back to school.
Another one of these highly talented collegiate level players we have here in the George Donnelly Sunset League. The pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That'll complete the golden sombrero for J.J. Lucido as he is retired for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, big out there from Rice. No runners advance, nothing pushes across, just about as big as it can get.
Well, still a long way to go for Rice to get out of this one. Bases loaded, 1 out. Jackson Gervais at the plate. The ball's in there for strike 1 to the Jackshammer.
That might have been the confidence swing that Daniel Rice needed right there. It's the first, I think that's the first pitch strike we've seen out of him so far.
Misses high for a ball. Bring the count to 1-1. The pitch. Misses up and in for ball 2 as a little bit of frustration sets in for Rice. If you're in the Newport area, we are located in downtown Newport in a ballpark that was built in 1908. And this is the George Donnelly Sunset League. This has been a continuously running league since 1919, and we are in an elimination game here on a Friday night. Rice steps off, wants a new signal from his catcher, gives Jackson Gervais a second to think about what's going on. Green batting gloves, teal arm sleeve, red ankle guard.
It's the colorful man.
Wait till you talk to him. The pitch. And for those of you who don't know, my co-host Andrew Whalen was former teammates with Jackson Gervais on this very team a few years ago. Jackson, a battle-tested veteran, 3-1 count with 1 down. Smiley takes his lead off first, Borges off second, Castillo at third as that one swung on and missed to bring the count full.
Yeah, that was when I think Jackson maybe was taking, and then he saw it and made up his mind a little too late because he was definitely behind that one.
The 3-2. Popped up. Left center field, it's shallow. Both outfielders running full speed. This one's gonna land! This one's gonna land! Here comes Mikey Castillo to the plate! We have a one-run ball game at Cardines in Newport, Rhode Island.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest hit of all time, but I don't think Jackson cares in the slightest, as it got down and it drove in a run, and it kept the game moving.
And checking in around the league, Town Dock eliminates Westcott over at Old Mountain. So they will advance to face R&R Construction on Monday night. Winner of this game yet to be determined. They will face the Scorpions in a best 2 out of 3 series. You can find that action and our schedule on our website. This game still far from being decided. The pitch to Courier. Popped up. Right field. This one's going to fall to the right field is coming in. Makes the catch. No tag at third base, as it was not deep enough to get the runner in. That right fielder just went out there after this pitching change and makes a great catch, gets it in quickly to prevent the runner at third base from tagging. There's 2 down for the top of the order.
Yeah, I believe that was Courier that slid over from left to right, if I got that right. So we've already seen him flash a lot of leather today. And yeah, that one, I mean, he's not particularly deep, especially because of the dimensions here. So not really much of a chance there for Borges to tag up in advance for the score.
That brings up the Haas. Fouled off to bring the count to 0-1. Austin Davis, as lethal as a hitter as they come. Played his college baseball at Flagler down in Florida, made his way up here to CCRI, now finds himself in the Sunset League in the biggest spot of the season. Bases loaded, 2 outs, late in the game, bottom 7, we play 9.
And we're squeezing every drop out of that 9 innings that we're going to play so far.
Fans as far as the eye can see in both directions, everybody on the edge of their seats, as this game has been close the whole way. Austin's at the top of the order. You can find him at second base tonight. Tying run at third. Go ahead, run at second. The pitch. Breaking ball misses high to bring the count to 1-1. Not by much.
I think that was the first off-speed pitch we finally saw from Rice there. But yeah, that didn't look like it missed a ton.
One and one the count. Rice leg kicks and delivers. Lined into center field. That one's going to fall for a hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Andrew Smiley for the go-ahead run. Throw goes to third base. They tag Gervais, but he's out at third. The run scores. It's 9-8 Mudville as we head to the 8th. Austin Davis giving Mudville the lead on a 2-run RBI single. We'll be right back. Cardines Field.
Well, welcome back. What a 7th inning we just saw. 9 total runs were scored between both teams as Mudville comes out of that inning with a 9-8 lead after an RBI single, and then Jackson Gervais thrown out at third base a nanosecond after the runner scored there to put Mudville up that run, as that pitch misses over the head of the leadoff batter there, Ben Diaz.
Look out!
Yeah, look out. Absolutely, indeed. Yeah, that was behind him. That was one of those where you have to pull your bat down to make sure you don't accidentally have a foul ball. As the 1-0, that one misses upstairs as well. So due up, bottom of the order, Ben Diaz, Liam Goldstein, and then top of the order, Daniel Rice. As that one's popped on the infield, Borges ranging over toward the line. Runs out of room as that one ends up a couple rows back. Diaz on the day, 1 for 3. He singled and scored back in the 7th inning. Also stole a base along with a flyout and a strikeout. As that one's grounded hard to short on a hop. A nice play from Manzo. And a strong throw across the Smiley for the first out. Well, that ball was hit on a hard one hop to Manzo, who did a good job fielding it. Didn't have too much momentum on the throw and got it across strongly. I almost thought he overthrew Smiley for a second, but the tall first baseman was able to bring that one down without an issue. That brings up the now second baseman, Liam Goldstein, who swings and misses at the first pitch there from Marley. Well, Goldstein's been highly effective out of the 10 spots so far as that pitch misses down and away. A single, a line drive out, stole a base, and then popped out the first base his last time up. A lot of good contact, especially coming out of the 10 hole. As he takes that one on the outside corner. Count now 1-2.
This game has lived up to the hype, Andrew.
Yeah, playoff game presented in playoff game energy indeed. As that one's popped up into shallow center field. And that's going to be the second baseman, Davis, who calls off the rest of the squad for the second out. Well, usually when you see a ball hit to that area, the last person that's going to call it is the second baseman. Shortstop has priority over him, and then center field has priority over the other two. But it was Davis that was waving everyone off, had a good play on that one, and made the routine out for out number 2.
Big hit by Austin, then makes a big play on defense.
As the first pitch there to the leadoff hitter, pitcher, Daniel Rice, is a strike. This is Rice's 5th at-bat of the day, as that one misses outside. 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 stolen bases to go along with a flyout. As that one's upstairs, count now 2-1 on the Sacred Heart University infielder. Top of the 8th. Offshore trying to respond. 9-8 Mudville as that pitch misses inside. Count 3-1. In the winner-take-all elimination game, winner of this game will advance to play the Scorpion Baseball Club, I believe on Sunday, if I heard correctly.
That's what I was told as well.
As that one catches the inside corner, almost a repeat of that last pitch. Well, full count, 2 outs. And Marley's set. His pitch. Swung on and missed. The good elevated fastball there. Gets Rice swinging. 9-8. Mudville trying to add on. Coming up here from Cardines Field. hope I'm giving you. Well, bottom of the 8th here, and Mudville's going to look to add on to a slim 9-8 lead. As they have 2, 3, 4. Chris Manzo, Harry Zambrano, Mike Castillo set to face a new pitcher for Offshore, and that's Cam Ruggieri, as that one's lined right back at him. Welcome to the game, Ruggieri, as that's a single from Chris Manzo to start the 8th.
One pitch, one hard hit ball right back at you.
That's almost a repeat of what we saw from Harry Zambrano to lead off last inning. His was a little bit higher. That one was just right by the back of Ruggieri, and a very rude welcoming to the game.
Speaking of Zambrano, here he is now.
As that pitch catches the outside corner. So a look at Ruggieri. He's pitched 20 and a half innings so far on the year. I guess you can't really pitch a half an inning. Sorry, the numbers here are a little. About 20 innings, 6.5 ERA in those innings, 27 strikeouts with 8 walks. As that one misses up and away. When he faces the reigning Sunset League MVP, Harry Zambrano, who's done some damage today. 2 walks, a single, 2 runs scored. As he takes that one upstairs. Zambrano set from the left side, the 1-1. That one's laced down the left field line, but foul. He caught a barrel, but was a tick late on that one.
Had the right idea. Stay back, hit it deep in the zone, take it to the opposite field, let Chris Manzo run his legs off.
We've seen a few balls sprayed down into the left field corner today. Not really too much authority to right field, the short porch here, but left field, there's been a few balls that have gone down into that corner. That one's pop foul right here off the screen. Well, Harry Zambrano, as I mentioned the last time I was here, the Tight Pants Club Award winner for tonight. The tweener look a little bit. You can see the stirrups underneath the pants as well. As he's ready, Ruggieri's 1-2 is going to miss up and away into the batter's box of the right-handed hitter. Count now full.
Looking for a couple insurance runs before we head to the 9th inning of this elimination game is Mudville.
Ruggieri ready. His full count pitch is going to miss way outside, and Zambrano draws his 3rd walk of the day. First and second, no outs for Mike Castillo. Well, there's speed on the bases and power at the plate. So the question for Matt Borges, is there any action here, or do you let your 4-hitter go do what 4 hitters do and try to drive in some runs?
I certainly would not run into the first out of the inning. I would be most dangerous with 1 out.
As that one misses inside to the backstop. A good kickback there, but no play as both runners advance on what is probably a pass ball there.
That's a good job by Mikey Castillo clearing the box. I know he has the right to stay in that box, but he wants to get over to the right side of home plate, our right, the left-handed batter's box, see if he can help out his runner any way he can, and see if maybe there's multiple bases on a wild ricochet or something similar.
Well, you can take away what I just said a minute ago. Now no need for any runners moving, as 2nd and 3rd no outs for 4 and 5 hitters coming up. This is an opportunity where Mudville has to take advantage and extend this lead. As that fastball elevated, swung on and missed by Castillo.
Castillo's got a chance to drive in a run without getting a hit. Just has to put one in the air somewhere, let Manzo run at 3rd.
Offshore infield is all the way in, looking to cut down that runner. As it looks like Amayo needs to wipe down either his hand, maybe his mask. Dry himself off a little bit there as we saw that last pitch get away a little bit.
Perhaps a little sweat in the eye. It is toasty, but not too toasty that you shouldn't come down and check out this hot action.
Well said. Well said. The 1-1 from Ruggieri catches the outside corner. Count now 1-2.
That's a pitcher's pitch by Cam Ruggieri. He is 2nd on the team in innings pitched this year. As you mentioned earlier, has a 6.52 ERA, finds himself with 2 on and no one out.
He gets his sign. He's set. The 1-2 to Castillo. Breaking ball. Ground ball to first base. Bobbled. Throw coming home from Whalen, and out at the plate is the runner. Well, that was a broken bat ground ball to Whalen, who did bobble it initially, but since he was playing so far in on the lip, he had time, and he was able to cut down the runner, Manzo, at the plate for the first out. The bat didn't even get to die a hero, TJ.
I feel bad. If he's looking for a new bat, contact Matty Borges for a dovetail. The hardest wood in the game, big league pop, without a big league price.
Well, speaking of the devil, in steps Matty Borges with runners on the corners and 1 out. Score still 9-8. Borges steps in, reached on an error back in the second, had a knock in the third, walked and scored. As the runner goes, they're just going to let him take it as that pitch is taken for a strike. Well, that takes away the force. Infield will creep back in here, trying to cut down another runner. Ruggieri steps off the mound, and Borges backs out of the box. Borges with the bat wiggling over his head, trying to extend Mudville's 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. And that one's taken upstairs. Count even at 1. On deck awaits the first baseman, Andrew Smiley. As that one's driven deep to right field. Going back is the right fielder. And he's not able to make the play as that one's off the wall. 1 run's going to score. The runner's going to try to score from first, and he is out at the plate. Another runner cut down at the plate. 1 run does score. Borges on to second with an RBI double. And now with 2 outs, it'll be Andrew Smiley.
An absolute bomb that rattles high off the chain link near the Jersey Mike sign. That ball just missed getting out of this ballpark. An opposite field line drive that drives in 1 run. Mikey Castillo gets gunned down at the plate trying to get 2.
Oh, and it looked like I saw the third base coach throw the brakes on there. I don't know if it was too late. I don't know if Castillo just went through it. I did see the brakes get put on there, and he was out by a few feet at least. Not an overly close play at home.
Both outs of this inning have come at the plate.
As Smiley takes a breaking ball up.
That ball was crushed.
Yeah, it was a crashing job into the wall there in left or right field by what I believe is Courier, as that one's popped on the infield. 2 outs. Rice drifting and able to take that one for the 3rd out. So Mudville pushes across 1 as we head to the top of the 9th. Offshore needs 2 to play. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. As we head to the ninth of an elimination game, Mudville 9 leading 10-8, Offshore down to its final 3 outs. The new pitcher for Mudville 9 is Brendan McCaffrey, making his 9th appearance on the season. First pitch of the inning, misses for ball 1.
Yeah, he's been dominant on the year. Finally gave up his first earned run, only a .86 ERA in 8 1/3 innings. He's punched out 13 in those innings. Only little yellow flag, 5 walks in those 8 innings.
A true power arm representing the great city of Warwick, Rhode Island.
I had a debate there for a sec if I thought Warwick was a great city, but they have the only Frank Peppies in the state there, so I'll give it to him.
That one's in there for a called strike. Andrew, I'm not sure if I've referenced any city as anything other than being great.
Yeah, the other ones I haven't known enough about to contest it. This one, at least, I was like, gotta give it a thought, but I let it ride.
Warwick reminds me of the old school live PD, live every Friday on Reels.
I don't know if I was around for that. I wasn't taking in that content. Elaborate. Is there some good stuff on coming out of the Warwick area?
Absolutely electric stuff. But for now, it's McCaffrey supplying us the electric stuff as he yanks this ball into the other batter's box for a leadoff walk. Put the tying run at the plate.
The last thing you want to do as you come in as the closer with a 2-run lead is put the first runner on via the walk and let the tying run at least come up to the plate. And that tying run is the 3-hitter, Mike Uriardi.
That's exactly right. This is Mike Uriardi. Not many people more dangerous in this league than Mike. Bats in the middle of this offshore lineup as he steps up there with no batting gloves and his Victus bat ready to go to work. Misses badly for ball 1.
Yeah, a guy that's looking to step in and do some damage here. He's walked a couple of times today, but otherwise he's been held fairly quiet.
Check swing. Asked the base umpire if he went, and he does go around to bring the count to 1-1.
Yeah, that was pretty close here. I didn't have a great view if he went or not. I think either way I couldn't have really contested that call because it was very close.
Glad to see you're at least watching, Andrew. That one misses badly again to bring the count to 2-1. Fans on the edge of their seat. Elimination game. One of these two teams is going home tonight. The other will advance deeper into the Sunset League playoffs. Here's the pitch. Inside to make it ball 3, 3-1 as Big Bob Whalen waits on deck anxiously, hoping to get up with at least one guy on, if not 2. But for now, it's Uriardi. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch from McCaffrey. Swung on and missed for strike 2.
That's a big challenge fastball right there from McCaffrey. You know, a very good hitter, and you 3-1 and just pump a fastball by him. Got to have a lot of confidence in your stuff to do that with some gusto.
Offshore manager Nolan Haywood on third, coaching thirds. This one swung on and missed for strike 3. First out of the inning for Brendan McCaffrey. Comes via strikeout.
Back-to-back challenge fastballs, and he just put it right by the 3-hitter. A little surprising to see that kind of outcome.
Surprised indeed. So here's Bob Whalen. Dangerous hitter. Second in the league to best beard, only to Jackson Gervais.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I haven't seen anything else topping these two.
Bob wears number 17. Bats right-handed. The pitch. Fouled straight back into the protective netting for strike 1.
Well, it seems McCaffrey's kind of found that fastball release now because that's 3 in a row that have been pretty good. Getting ahead now of his first, or getting ahead of the batter for the first time as well. Extremely important. It's one of those you don't pay too much attention to the runner on first. That runner doesn't mean anything. All the focus has to be on the plate.
inside, but strike two, says home plate umpire Manny Ferreira, as Bob Whalen gives him a little piece of his mind. Nevertheless, it is an 0-2 count. The Mudville defense has remained the same all night. Offshore made multiple defensive changes, using fielders as pitchers and shifting people around. This one swung on and missed for strike three. 2 down in the ninth.
Well, McCaffrey fastball, found and aggressive.
This game's not over yet if Martins has anything to say about it. Third baseman with a big bat and a big heart, looking to extend this ninth inning for Offshore. Represents the tying run. Ball one.
I think if I was Andrew Smiley at first base, I would not even bother holding on the runner. At this point, you just want to give yourself as much range as possible just to make a play. Again, that runner doesn't mean anything even if he scores. All the focus is on the batter at the plate.
Keep the batter off second base is what Mudville is thinking. 2-0 the count.
We have some chance breaking out. Oh, that was short-lived.
Fans are going wild. This game has lived up to the hype. Swung on and missed for strike one to bring the count to 2-1.
Aggressive fastball. Probably a little elevated, I think. He might have done him a favor there, but you can't blame the guy for taking a hack at a fastball that maybe looked good. He's trying to do some damage.
McCaffrey comes set, looks at his runner, delivers home. Outside for a ball. 3-1 the count. Martins, the third baseman, represents the tying run. Go-ahead run waits on deck. Shea Catone has come out into the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance at McCaffrey. McCaffrey sets and delivers. Swung on and missed for strike two.
Oh, now really is when Smiley needs to go. It's 3-2, runners moving anyway. Very surprising he sold the runner on.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the ninth, 2-run lead, tying run at the plate. Here's the pitch from McCaffrey. Brings him up for strike 3. Strike 3 looking, and that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Mudville 9 with a comeback win, scoring 5 runs in their final 2 innings to win it 10-8. An Offshore season will come to an end.
Especially after you just watched another guy take the same one.
And the teams will line up to shake hands as Mudville will advance to the next round of the playoffs. Offshore season ends shorter than they would have originally anticipated, but don't go anywhere. We have plenty of post-game coverage coming your way. We'll be right back.
First and bases, please.
This George Donnelly Sunset League broadcast has been brought to you by Sitting Bull Tattoo, located at 136 Thames Street in Newport, Rhode Island. You've got a story, so why hide it? At Sitting Bull Tattoo, you can turn your ideas into bold custom ink that looks incredible today and for years to come. Whether you're getting your first tattoo or adding to your already amazing collection, Dave takes the time to bring your vision to life. Clean lines, vivid detail, and a look that's unmistakably you. Hit up Dave at Sitting Bull Tattoo this week and book your appointment. Sitting Bull Tattoo, where your story takes shape. Scan the QR code on your screen to link up with Dave. Andrew, that game lived up to the hype, was back and forth, multiple lead changes. In the end, Mudville comes out by 2 and advances to the next round. Why don't you give us a player of the game, Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, crazy game. You know, back and forth just throughout the night. It wasn't an overly offensive performance in terms of like hits, but a lot of runs, a lot of capitalization on some miscues, and a lot of walks and hit by pitches. So going over, Moose pitched lights out. 6 innings of 3-run ball, kept them right where they needed to be. But where I am going to go with the player of the game is the one that had the go-ahead hit in the bottom of the 7th, and that was Austin Davis.
Congratulations, Austin. You're today's player of the game. This game has also been brought to you by Dovetail Bats. Contact Matty Borges for the hardest wood in the game. Big league pop without a big league price. Rise above. And Matt Borges is an independent Dovetail Bats leader, can get you customized bats or retail bats right off the rack. He can have them shipped to your house, meet up with you locally, or come down to historic Cardines Field and pick yours up. He accepts cash, check, Venmo, Cash App, and change. So round those quarters up and get them rolled. Get yourself a new Dovetail bat or give it to a friend who may be leaving for college. We had a couple broken bats tonight, so contact Matty for the hardest wood in the game. Andrew, what's on tap for after the game for you?
A 35-minute drive back to Coventry to go to bed because I have to be up at 6 a.m. going to New York City for a Yankees game tomorrow.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy for you. I hope your Yankees do well.
Yeah, probably won't, but thank you.
And I just want to let everybody know at home, thank you so much for joining into the stream. Wherever you are, whatever your story is, whether you're just passing time at home, joining us on a Friday night on the couch with your family, watching on the big screen, maybe you're taking a long road trip and you just happen to put it on the Bluetooth and listen to this hot action we have. We want to say thank you. Please subscribe to the channel, comment where you're watching from, and like the video. We will upload a better polished version tomorrow, but we hope the live stream did the trick. If you're thinking about trying something new, tomorrow's the day to do it. No matter what it is, if you're looking to start your diet, maybe you want to go on that jog in the morning before work, I'm encouraging you to do it. My name is TJ Brogle, telling you to try something new tomorrow. Post-game coverage will continue in just a moment. We're here live in the booth with Mudville 9 manager Matty Borges, who came out victorious tonight and also almost hit a ball into Middletown, Rhode Island, but it bounced just off the Jersey Mike sign in right field. Matty, tell us about that big win.
Oh, it was great. I mean, we hopped out there. We bounced back after falling behind, took a commanding 5-1 lead, and then kind of pissed it away once we made our pitching change. A little lackadaisical in those middle innings. Moose was fantastic. Connor Marley in the second inning, reset, locked in, threw strikes, got a couple timely hits, and that was it, man.
Austin Davis won player of the game. What are your thoughts on the big hoss?
I want Austin to run on and off the field every single time. I think that's a bad choice for player of the game. I love him very much, and he got a huge hit, but next time, let's rethink that, because I think that starting pitcher might have been the guy.
All right, well, that's manager Matty Borges. Thank you very much for joining us, Matty. And this is going to wrap up our post-game coverage as the Mudville 9 advance to the next round of the playoffs. They'll play the Scorpions on Sunday night. And my name's TJ Brogle. I'm the executive producer. I'm the cameraman. I'm the host of the show alongside my co-host, Andrew Whalen. And I want to thank everyone for tuning into the stream. Andrew, tell the listeners good night.
Yeah, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed a wild game tonight, and we'll see you back Sunday night. Have a great night.
We'll be back Sunday. Thank you, everybody.